What's good, family? Y'all know how we do, always pushing help, well, better understand the self. We'll go over Nicki Minaj, Erica Kirk. We got a little Charleston White, a little political news, FBA business, then we're going to open up the chat. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Let everybody get into the chat. But you know what? Without further ado, let's let it play. Let's get it. Let's get it.
I mean,
Thank you.
Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, push me on the algorithm. I greatly appreciate it.
I'm honored to be here. I am honored to be here. Thank you for having me.
love you guys. So we're just gonna dive right into this. You had some fun words for Governor Newsom. I have to read these tweets because they're amazing and they are so funny. Okay, first one, we'll do this one. Unless you want to read it in your own voice. I think it'd be really great. Okay.
Oh, Gabby Poo.
Listen, when you put the necklaces on, I was always fascinated. Are you putting them on?
It only gets worse from here for you, buddy. It's the end of the road for you, my love. Get on the nearest jet ski and let that beautiful hair blow in the wind. It'll make you happier than this race that you will not win. Enjoy life. Peace.
So what made her? I wonder what happened. How she switched over so fast. I never seen nobody that was on the left and switched over so fast, like how Nicki did. So this is wild.
Okay. One more.
Hey, Mama Lisa.
Why not? Imagine being the guy running on wanting to see trans kids. Haha, not even a trans adult would run on that. Normal adults wake up and think they want to see healthy, safe, happy kids. Not Gav. The Gav knocks. Gav not in. Gav out. Send in the next guy. I'm bored.
So I'm just gonna let you riff. Like, I want you to say whatever you want to say to Mr. Newsom.
Dear
No, it's not supposed to
Newsom,
be.
we don't have a problem cleaning up the scum if we have to. Please tread lightly. That's what I would say to Gabby Poo.
So with regard to the current administration,
Lines after this, y'all.
what has been maybe the biggest surprise for you, or something that you just really has been put on your heart that you've learned about our president and our vice president?
Well, I have the utmost respect and admiration for our president. He has, I don't know if he even knows this, but he's given so many people hope that there's a chance to beat the bad guy.
I'm with you on that. So I think it could be more to say. Black Boy Wonder, Sandbox was good. So she either was offered a fat check. She could have been offered a check now.
And to win and to do it with your head held high and your integrity intact. He's from Queens, New York, like me. So, but what it's shown me personally is sometimes, you know, even in the worst feeling times in your life, you think that you're never going to come back from it. But you do. And our president shows that. He's been through every single thing a person could be through publicly.
But she was just talking trash about the man. I think it was 3-4 months ago. I don't know how is that, you know?
Having to constantly be lied on. It's not really that funny until you are in that person's shoes that's being lied on.
No, Mama
You'll
Lisa, that's
never
you.
understand what it feels like. That person is a human being. They have a family who has to read those lies. And that's not, and it's just not fair. But
Okay.
this administration is full of people with heart and soul. And they make me proud of them. Our vice president, he makes me, well, I love both of them, but they're both powerful men, smart, strong, all of that, but both of them have a very uncanny ability to be someone that you relate to. I can relate to them. When I hear them speak, I know that they're one of us. Like, I know that they're not, don't you guys agree? They haven't lost touch of the world. You know, they're still connected to.
Just to see how the political world is, if you know anything about TPUSA, you know that you know that was CK, you know, the organization that pretty much ran him. To see that they got Nicki Minaj speaking and her talking points is what everybody talking about, because she speak on religion, politics, and you can hear the cosplaying. She spoke about black women, and you gonna hear the cosplay.
The world and what's happening in the world, with the younger people and older people, with the richer people and not so rich people. They have the ability to still connect and be real and make us feel proud to be American.
So why now have you been involved with speaking about politics? What was kind of the turning point for you? Yeah.
What was the turning point? Well, I just got tired of being.
Now this where the cap come in. Just like homie said in the chat, she either got a big bag, she either try to get her boyfriend or husband out of jail. He's a sex offender. It's something for this switch. You don't just jump on the mainstream like this and just start to, you know, push all these political motives.
Pushed around. Yeah. Sometimes you just get tired of it, and then you realize, wait a minute, I have something inside of me that's stronger than what's out there.
I thought that they trying to replace. I did feel like they trying to replace Candace. They so tired of Candace Owens and her and what she be around here doing.
That's right. So when you've had enough, you realize, wait a minute, why do I even care about these people and what they think? Who are they? They don't even know who they are. So I'm not going to back down anymore. I'm not going to back down ever again.
Amen.
Oh, they trying to take her out? What you mean, fam? They trying to take her out?
Can the students in the room raise your hand? Wow. This question is for you guys. So you guys are very courageous and bold on your campus. Nicki, I know our students feel this way, but why do you think speaking your mind has become so controversial?
Because people no longer are using their minds, their brains. So right now, just imagine, we're not allowed to have a different opinion anymore. We're not allowed to think out loud anymore. We're not like.
I think music in general is
This is not what
in jeopardy.
the world used to feel like. And especially for the young people, I don't want them growing up in a world where they feel like that. I mean, they deserve for their voices to be heard. They have valid feelings and they're thinking about things, and it deserves attention. You know, we should listen to what they're saying. And if you're growing up in a world that tells you it's taboo to say something that the masses don't agree with, that's not okay. And we're not gonna have it. And I love this. You know, it's giving the younger people confidence that they will need later on in life. You guys will need it, and you will have it. So I'm rooting for you.
Amen. Amen. Again, Charlie would always say, it really does not take skill to be courageous. It takes a choice. It takes a decision. And I want to say again, thank you for coming and being courageous and being able to share your heart with us. And the reason why that also holds true sentiment-wise is because I know that you are getting a lot of backlash from your own industry. What is your reaction to that?
Y'all check this out.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform. Describe what you want.
I didn't notice.
But I did find that
Amen. I feel the same way. When people are like, what do you think about them? I'm like, I don't think about them.
Bingo. We don't even think about them.
We don't have time to.
So y'all talked about the $20 million home. I want to pull that up real quick, bro. Just so we could be on the same page. Check this out. So shout out to Steve Wilcox, bro, for putting this on, but it is true. We starting to figure some stuff out. Wait. That ain't it. Hold on. I guess the article, y'all, is trying to not let me click on it. But yeah, Nicki Minaj, $20 million mansion up for sale because of this. Shout out OG Lace. But yeah, so we can see why her political run has been taking off like this, because she need 20 M's like yesterday. Shout out to you for that, man. But that makes sense now. You know, she got to get to the bag, and you know, it's panic time right now. But dang, that's crazy. But let me that makes all the sense though. That, you know, that covers everything. I'm gonna open up the chat so y'all can, I want to hear what y'all got to say about this, because I think she just doing it for the money, to be real. But I want to know what y'all feel about it. Let me let her cook.
We're too busy building, right?
Yeah, we're the cool kids.
Okay.
The other people, they're the ones who are still just disgruntled, but really they're just disgruntled with themselves. They are angry with themselves, you guys. So you can't wake up and think about somebody who is determined to just stay mad. I literally tell them, stay mad.
Amen.
Stay mad. Because we're going to stay joyful, and peaceful and iconic and smart. Yeah, we're gonna stay thinkers.
Man, you the best, man.
In a world that doesn't want us to think, we will think by ourselves on our own. We will continue to think.
That 20 million got a political now. They tried to make this like a concert.
This is something I know that's really important to you and on your heart. And I personally want to know what inspired you to speak out for the Christians that are being slaughtered in Nigeria.
Well, and that brings me back to our great president and this administration and our great
Needing that check. That's what got her to do it. But like you said, I think it's deeper than money too. I think that they might have was like, look, we'll make this judgment go away, but you're gonna have to put in some work.
country that we take for granted that there right now in this world are people who cannot worship God as they please, where they please. We take it for granted because we have it. We can't even imagine not having that right.
Yeah.
But every time we pray and fellowship, we have to remember the people that are right now in this world hiding to pray and fellowship. And we have to pray for them. And first of all, Nigeria is a place I've always loved. Someone very dear to me, my pastor, is Nigerian. I have lots of Nigerian barbs. And so hearing that people are being kidnapped, and
definitely a joke.
While they're in church, people are being kidnapped, people are being killed, brutalized, all because of their religion. And that should spark how.
If y'all just jumped in, we just put on the screen that she got a $20 million lawsuit on her home. So she could be, she could have to sell her home to pay the judgment. So we got to take that into consideration.
Rage in the great America. And that's what it did. And again, we're not backing down anymore. We are not going to be silenced by the bullies anymore, okay? Know that. Hear that. Receive that, bullies. We won't be silenced ever again. We will speak up for Christians wherever they are in this world. Amen.
Amen. I don't know if you can see this at home, but she's getting a ton of standing ovations.
I love you guys so much. Thank you guys.
So going along that thread, can you tell us about your relationship with God? Because I think a lot of us want to hear.
Sure. Well, my relationship with God started, when I was a toddler in Trinidad. My grandmother, if things got
shout out to Stephen
spicy in the house, like if the kids and grandkids were arguing or fighting, she would make all the little kids go in her room and make us say and say a prayer. So
what's good,
later on in my life, not much later, when I was like 10, 11, 12, I started going to church in New York. And it changed everything. It changed.
You said she ain't hurting for no dough. She worth 80 million, but I mean, it's just weird her doing all of this politics. Something ain't hitting right. When you got that kind of paper, if you good, it's no need. In my opinion, but who knows?
My life for the better, because I was going every week. I was hearing
you ain't a fan.
The word of God be preached. And then I was going home and I was applying it to my life. Even as a little girl, I learned how to pray very early.
But think about it, if she worth 80 million, right? You seen how they pulled the plug on Kanye. If they pulled the plug on Nicki, let's say before she started this political, like what could they have, that's what we really got to know, because sometimes these celebrities be propped up, but as soon as when a certain company just take out the sponsor deal or whatever, it's like half of they income, half of they net worth gonna drop. You get what I'm saying?
Always had this faith that made people think, the kind of faith that you think a person is crazy, like, oh, please, like, but I had that faith instinctively once I started hearing about God and, just getting more into the Bible. I got baptized when I was about, yep, amen. I got baptized when I was about 13. I got baptized. And I have just always applied those teachings to my life. I try to. And that's the thing. We're not perfect. We try. Sometimes I would wake up and feel so far removed from not God, but from fellowship. I was like, oh my God, I used to go to church on Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday every week, like literally 3 days out of the week. And then later on in your life, you become busy and you start thinking, oh, well, God is in my heart. And, but then sometimes you can be in an industry as well that pulls you away even more. So lately, I've been feeling like, like if you haven't seen a long lost best friend for a long time and then you bump into them again, that's how it's been feeling for me. Like just going back to God and praying and talking to him. And,
it's most definitely a play. I mean, just that it's in the news. It ain't like we saying, for the article that, she got a $20 million judgment on her home. It's just crazy in itself. And then homie said her house was getting swatted. Let's let her cook.
And he said to me, where were you? Where have you been? I've been waiting on you. And since that moment that God had that conversation with me, I've been in such a better space because now it's just, I'm thinking about, is God pleased with this? Not if the bullies and uglies are pleased, but if God is pleased. And when you have that personal relationship with God, guess what? Even in school, he's there. Wherever you are and whenever you need it, you have something that you can tap into immediately. It's immediate. You don't have to leave a message. He's not going to call you back. He's there immediately. As soon as you call on him, on the first ring, he's going to answer. And I want you guys to remember that. You're young. And first of all, I want to say, I'm proud of you guys. This is a major, to be so young, for you guys that are in college, to be so young and to care this much, this early in your life, it tells us how smart you are, and it tells us that there's hope for our future. So God bless you. Congratulations, you guys. You're amazing. Congratulations. You guys are amazing, okay? Know it. Feel it. Yes. Yes. Proudly. Be it proudly. Be who you are proudly.
Amen.
Yes.
So what have you, you're an amazing mother. What have you seen that has been a struggle for young women today? And then also, since both of us have little boys, I would love for you to also talk about the male side of that question as well.
Okay, well, something that I've noticed recently is that for little girls, I think that no matter how you look, we should be trying to instill into them to be proud of how they look. Recently, in the media, it's almost been like a push to, it's not just making young Black children feel proud of themselves, but it's almost like doing that and at the same time telling other children not to be proud of themselves. And I don't want any child feeling that way. If as Black women, we felt that we were not being represented and not being admired for our beauty, if we felt like that as Black women, why would we want to do that to other women? Amen. Why would we now need to make other people downplay their beauty?
So she said that for her beauty, but if y'all heard a minute ago, she talked about the uglies. Okay, she made a point to say that about somebody that's ugly, FBA or nothing, straight up. I'm not feeling her speech, man. I ain't feeling what she's saying.
So that we can feel, no, that's not how it works. I don't need someone with blonde hair and blue eyes to downplay their beauty because I know my beauty. Do you understand? It doesn't bother me that a woman feels and says that she's beautiful. Why shouldn't she feel that? Why have we gotten to a point where certain colors or certain kinds of people have to be afraid of loving themselves and loving the way they look? Like, isn't that wild? Yeah. And so for little girls, I don't want what was done to little Black girls done to little white girls. I don't want it done to any girls. I want all the little girls in the world to know that you are unique. You are beautiful.
What's up, family? No,
you are good. You, and you can compliment another girl. You can compliment another woman and still know that you are epic and amazing. So that's what I would say for the girls. And I know I know my adults understand clearly where I'm going with that, where I'm getting, I don't like that. I don't like people making other people feel badly about themselves in any way. We need to nurture young girls. Yes, whether they are Black, white, Asian, Hispanic, they still need to be nurtured. They cannot continue.
She had to marry that pedophile. Yeah, she married a pedophile because she had to get in them rooms. She sacrificed that boy.
To pay for other people's sins. So they haven't done anything wrong.
Amen. And what do you think about for young men? For young men.
And for young men, don't be new.
No, we got a Nicki Minaj supporter in the building. She said people make up anything. I'm a 57 age barb for her music. All right, Bernice, you a barb. You a barb, huh?
Scum. Yes. See, dear young men, you have amazing role models like our handsome, dashing president. And you have amazing role models like the assassin J.D. Vance, our vice president. And when I say that,
trust me, there's nothing new under the sun that I have not heard, so you're fine. Yes, we did. I love you. I love you. You have to laugh about it, truly. I have been called every single thing, and you know what? God is so good, you let it roll right off your back. And this is what's so beautiful about this moment, because if the internet wants to clip it, who cares? I love this woman. She's an amazing woman. She has a soul and a heart for the Lord. And
Damn, how you love this woman? You probably ain't even met this woman before, bro. You get what I'm saying? This is so much cap, bro.
Words are words, but I know her heart and it doesn't even matter. And you say what you want to say because I know your heart. And I will not
Thank
judge
you, my
that.
sister. Thank you. For boys, be boys.
Amen.
Be boys. It's okay. Be boys. It's nothing wrong with being a boy.
Amen.
How about that?
Amen.
How powerful is that? How profound is that?
Amen.
Boys will be boys, and there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, that's what I want to say.
What's something the media and the world in general misunderstands about you?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
There wasn't that much covered.
I think people think
You a loyal boy.
maybe that
boy, you
I'm
giving it up,
mean,
boy, ain't it?
or maybe when you have a strong presence as a woman, it's easy to just box you into one box, like one category of.
Now we gonna stop it there, man. What y'all think about this though? That she's a narcissist? But I'm saying we know this was political. Boy equals SA soldier. Dang. That ain't good. That ain't good. That ain't good. That ain't good. But y'all know love attention. I went over a lot of tethers, man, this week. A lot of tethers in the building. Isn't the dude who was from Michigan, isn't he Trinidad too? The one who was with the white woman? But yeah, we can see the play. I mean, we know it's a play there. We can't really pinpoint it. Time will tell. Nicki seems like she stands in the mirror at home and says weird stuff, talking to herself. Facts. Delineation, Jeffrey Johnson, like delineate, but we can't deal with him. We cannot deal with him. But yeah, politics of this, man. There's definitely some politics at play. I want to know how mad the Democrat Party is for her switching over. I thought it was about 4 or 5 months ago. I seen her say something about Trump, if I'm not mistaken. But we delineated. All right, we delineated, man. We ain't waiting on nobody right now. Delineation is in effect. But I wanted to get into this. Charleston White is over with for him, and I'm so happy about this. I'm so happy that Charleston White his relevance is just getting down. He's not as relevant no more, in my opinion. But he trying to get it back up. But people they tired of him doing all of this crazy stuff. She gonna be cheering Kamala next, and it's crazy because Kamala running again for president. So Nicki may not be a legal citizen here, so she trying to get that good in, keep ICE away. You think they may get Nicki? Nah, they getting good money. They getting good money off of Nicki, man. Good money off of Nicki. But yeah, man, salute to everybody in the chat standing on FBA business. Y'all know how we do, man. If y'all ain't sign that petition, bro, I want y'all to sign that damn petition. But I want to show y'all this. You can play this real quick. It wasn't this much coverage for Beyonce and Jazz sitting with Ivanka and her husband. I mean, but this is big right now because she switched over. I'm saying Nicki was on the left side and now she on the right side. So, bro, the petition is in the if you go to my post in the community section, I got my post, man, trying to get FBA in the Congress, the Black Congress. Nicki trying to get that USA ambassador position. You know what Malcolm X said? He said, bro, we always have entertainers trying to be our politician. Mm-hmm. Nicki is worth 150 M's. What? Step brothers for life. You say you think she's doing it because she's not a citizen. Oh man. There's a lot of reasons. Everybody's saying that her net worth is so high though. But it is reported she got that $20 million. It's like a lien. Yeah, that could be it too, bro. That could be it too. That could be it too. But deportation, it's crazy. But this is what everybody was. This was big news for her, and everybody pretty much talking about how she switched sides. That's the real big play of the story, is that she switched sides. Big Yodi deport everybody. And make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, man. Hit that like button, push me on the algorithm. Yeah, time will tell, man. We be able to pick stuff out at time, man. If y'all know anything about FBA, man, our research is off the chain. We're gonna pick stuff out that needs to be picked out, especially Mexican and Cali. Homie said deport everybody. Dang. But yeah, I'm with you though. I'm with you, man. We got too many people. Nobody can go into these other countries like that, like how people come here. It'll be they ain't letting them do it. So we need that same energy. We not feeling Mexicans. Where's Kendrick Lamar when you need his fake ass with all these Hispanic fans? But they don't like us? Yeah, man. No, nobody. We don't got no allies, bro. We all we got. No allies. Not one ally. But all of these guys are falling off, man. These people who are repping this, especially our brothers repping that right side like that, there's no need for them anymore. Only millionaires stood up for Christians in Jamaica in luxury boat. Nicki. We don't even got each other. What you mean we don't got each other? That's all we do got. Fam, what you mean?
I'm going to show y'all why Say Cheese. This is why I have to leave Say Cheese TV alone. They either slow or they dumb. One or two. They even slow. Somebody tag Say Cheese TV, please. We got over 350,000 views. Why is this looking like an elementary school dumb channel? So I want to break something down to y'all. This is what the advertisers look at. Charleston White. It should not be apostrophe S. That's hurting your brand. That's hurting your sponsorship. That's hurting the ad revenue. This is what I'm trying to break down to see they.
And you know, Charleston fall out with everybody. Jamaica Queens in New York, not in Jamaica. Nicki born in Trinidad. For real? Man, this dude here fall out with there. We got real other. Be respectful. You on our brother's platform. I ain't catch it. Let me let this play though, man. We're gonna get to another one. I got some topics on y'all from your boy, the black people that got kicked out of TPUSA. I'm gonna get into that.
Taking it personal. Listen to what I'm saying. This is hurting the ad revenue. Charleston Whites. That's improper English. No company, no multi-billion-dollar, trillion-dollar company is gonna put an ad on this title.
But we wanted this for Nicki. Do y'all think Nicki is doing this for money, or you think she doing this for clout, or you think she being blackmailed? Salute to Tania, man, for tapping in. Yeah, she's a tether. Tania in the building. Sulani. I like your new picture.
Let's go back and look at the thumbnail. Look at the thumbnail. The thumbnail already has something going down on it. Why are you giving out a negative connotation? So
I'm saying, but we don't trust TPUSA no way. You put money in favor. That's definitely what it got to be. We don't trust TPUSA, bro. We don't trust them. For them to let that dude get on there, CK get out there and say if he see a black pilot, he gonna think that black people are, that person is probably a DEI hire. So the fact that Nicki will get on there is like, that's crazy to me. You gotta get paid. Nicki is a puppet like the rest of them. They called, so she answered. They got on speed dial, huh? She picked up the line. Like, I'm available. I'm available. It's crazy. But somebody said that this may be that Candace Owens, they want to make Candace Owens feel like we can replace you, Ken. Bullshit, commit suicide. Yeah. But somebody said that this could have been with Candace Owens. They like, okay, we need to have somebody pushing Candace Owens. And they may can turn Nicki into a Candace Owens op. That may be something they're trying to do. But this about attention, huh? Yeah, it's definitely about some attention. But she getting total political with it. But check this out. This was some of the left. This was some of the left and right saying, I ain't even finna get it off his channel. Officer Tatum. But he be going, I ain't even doing that. But Nicki gave them more performative mannerism. No, Candace wasn't invited to that. She can't be a Candace, but she could beef with Candace. They want Candace to have a female op and to take that, This is just what I'm thinking. You know, they don't like Candy, so. All right, I'm gonna let us see the queen do, bro, because I ain't. Check this out.
Describe the vibe you want, or even use Turning Point USA, which weaponizes Christian.
Why did Nicki Minaj show up at Erica Kirk's Turning Point USA event? This is frying the out of me. Nicki, what is you doing, baby?
Just the fact that you took your black, bubbly immigrant on Turning Point USA, which weaponizes Christian nationalism to be anti-black, anti-trans, anti-LGBT, anti-immigrant, anti-every thing but white.
When you've had enough, you realize, wait a minute, why do I even care about these people and what they think? Who are they? They don't even know who they are.
So a lot of the left, man, I say F them. Nicki is what they are looking for. A mammy. For real, man, that they can laugh at. Neither one of them are black. Yeah, man, it's definitely getting there, but she did get a lot of people on the left is mad at her. They thought they was down. They thought that, you know, they were supposed to be together. But after they done with her, she gonna be, you know, I don't think she could compete with Candace at all. JD Lee said she played herself. She played herself, man. That's crazy. We let them play a little bit. This opposite
So
Sam,
I'm not gonna back down anymore. I'm not gonna back down ever again.
Amen.
Like, amen. Nicki can beat her at one thing, stripping. Big facts, man. Big fact. Could beat her at that. But can't beat her at nothing else, man. But yeah, he like the liberals crash out. The liberals doing crashing out, man. TPUSA, let's see what they talking about with Nicki. I want to see what FBA talking about really though. What is that? Oh, that was a minute ago. I mean, this is who TPUSA finna like. Y'all doing that? That's who they think. Let's see FBA business. Let's get on some FBA business, man. Let me look at the chat. I ain't been checking out the chat in a minute. Salute, Corey. Appreciate you, bro. Tapped in. TPUSA basically said, just find another female Caribbean puppet. Yeah, they like that Jezebel spirit, bro. It's bad, too. It's bad, that Jezebel spirit.
Because I got a bone to pick with all older black men especially, but all older men in general. If you're a man in here and you 50 and up, make some noise. Yeah, old bastard.
But yeah, man, I ain't like that Nicki. I didn't like that Nicki. I ain't like that Nicki cosign at all. But I'm gonna open up the chat. This is exactly why Caribbean cannot represent Black Americans, because they don't even understand the history. Yeah, they don't even understand the history, bro. And that's why they continuously put them in front of our face, because they know that it's an advantage on their end. I'm tired of having them speak for us, but her lineage don't check out. For her to be saying, speaking on Black women, it's like, I ain't like that. But let's check out some media, those FBA media.
Absolutely heartbreaking. So I'm gonna let the father of Samaria, Kenneth, rest in peace to her. She was a newborn down there at the NICU at Harris Hospital down there in Fort Worth, Texas. And I'll let this young man explain the situation. And it's absolutely heartbreaking what they're doing to them down there at Harris Hospital, down there in Fort Worth, Texas. And I want to just help get this video out. I can't explain it all the way for everybody. So therefore, that's why I'm gonna show this young man explaining the situation for everybody. So that way y'all can get the details better. And it'll help me to keep my emotions under control, because like I said, this is absolutely heartbreaking. And my prayers go out to this family as well, to this young man, to also Samaria's mom, as well as to her twin sister as well. I don't know the other twin's name or anything, everybody, and I'm sorry for that. I tried to find as much information as I can. I also found this, where I guess the sister of the mom of the twin that had passed away, Samaria, had said, my sister never signed off on anything about organs, and the funeral home notified us today that baby Samaria arrived without her organs.
How are you?
So what happened?
Me and my family, we had twins. We had beautiful girl twins that was born prematurely, no health conditions at all. They've been breathing 21% oxygen since they was born. The oxygen machine that they've been on to help them keep the lungs open been like 3%. That was all they was using. Friday I go to visit them. We go every day. We've been here day in, day out. Like, we know everything about them. Like, as far as we've been following, keeping in check with the doctors. They switched doctors this week. The doctors and the nurse practitioners that have been working with our child wasn't working with our child like this week at all. So we had this new doctor come in. I tried to go visit, and they told me I had to stand outside. And I was like, what am I standing outside for? They said they're doing a sterile procedure. I said, what's a sterile procedure? Because no one has called and notified me and my family. They asked me to just be patient.
Yeah, that's the best way they do, man. Every time the bags start getting low, they know where to go. They're gonna go to right wing. That right wing bag, you're gonna go to bashing Black people. That's exactly what I ain't gonna say Fat Joe didn't do it. Fat Joe went left, but he tried to break down. The Democrat Party didn't want FBA to stand on their own and not be a part of the Democrat. But yeah, let me see we standing on the business. Let's see what our FBA news on, man.
Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here. My name is Mosley Matheson. I'm one of the managers.
He's put, I'm an individual. I'm not a Black man.
So you didn't think it was Black? I am an individual. I am not a Black man. I don't even know what that means. I am an individual. Race is a preposterous social construct.
Do you feel like that when you get pulled over by the police?
I do feel like that when I get pulled over by the police. You know why? Because when they talk to me, they're engaging with this vernacular. They're engaging with me in this particular way. And it's impossible to misconstrue what's going on here.
What is going on there? What is going on there?
Yeah, let me see what the chat said. Salute to the FBA ancestors. Nigga ain't falling to do celebrity politics. Nicki picked the wrong time to get into politics because we ain't going. Man, we know what time it is, man. We know what time it is. Yeah, this guy, you know that guy was crazy, bro. But that's what we got, man. We got a lot of degenerates, bro. Like speaking on our people and our name, image, and likeness is getting battered right now. But moved to Jamaica, Queens when she was 11. They love saying they not black, bro. Salute to whoever just followed me on IG, man. That's the best way you could contact. What the heck? Somebody from Europe. No, man, we ain't doing that. But black when convenient. Only when it's convenient to them, they're gonna be black, you know. We see that they do it all
I'm
the
seeing
time.
a lot of posts about the Somalians marrying their uncle, cousin, brother, whatever the case may be. I don't know whether it's true or not, but you best believe if I was one of them or someone from another country that needed to marry to be here, I would marry my uncle, brother, cousin also. That doesn't mean they're sleeping together. I would marry my uncle, brother, cousin also. That's
Y'all notice that Pan-Africanism is dead. It's over with. I was Caribbean mocking people about slavery. They actually think that the slavery is like comparable, and it's totally not comparable, bro. I mean, everybody has slavery, but it's what the slaves built and did too, you know? But that's gross. Oh, this the kind of stuff they be putting out, man, on our FBA news right now.
Well, you know, we're getting hit from all corners, as you can see, Tariq. So I came up to, and I know another Somali already came up to you a couple of weeks ago.
Y'all know that guy was on our channel, right?
Well, you know, we're getting hit from all corners, as you can see.
That's the same guy that was on our channel. Y'all heard the voice? Check this out. This is the same guy, dude.
Tariq. So I came up to, and I know another Somali already came up to you a couple of weeks ago talking about a truth between FBAs and Somalis. I think this is the right opportunity for us to go under like a truth agreement where, you know, we don't take shots at each other, you know, because as Somalis, we're taking a lot of hits right now from all corners of the globe, and we would like you to at least be neutral in this situation.
We are. We're very indifferent. We're not, you know, we're just sitting back chilling because y'all told us that, you know, you guys work hard and we're lazy and we need to learn from you. So that's what we're doing. We're sitting back learning, right?
Well, you know, we're getting hit from all corners, as you can see, Tariq. So I came up to, and I know another Somali already came up to you a couple of weeks ago talking about a truth between FBAs and Somalis. I think this is the right opportunity for us to go under like a truth agreement where, you know, we don't take shots at each other, you know, because as Somalis, we're taking a lot of hits right now from all corners of the globe. And
yo, that was the same dude who was on my channel speaking. Yeah, that's the same one, bro. I'm telling you. I could tell. I know that voice. It's the same dude. They out here trying to pretty much campaign for them. That's what banging did for our FBA communities. Now they dumb shit is down south. That's what I'm saying. Like, bruh, they're actually trying to do some PR stuff. Just to try to help, you know, just to try to help the they're trying to help just the name that they have is being hit from everywhere, like he said. As they should. It should be hit from everywhere. All of the scams y'all doing.
Gosh, I really don't even know how to say this because No words can really express the appreciation I have for the Black community right now. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And I know I'm speaking on behalf of many Mexicans right now. You guys, if you guys don't know, they're coming into our schools and they're taking our children. That way, when the parents come up to pick up the kids, they deport them. The Black community, guys, Black women teachers, that's all I've seen so far, Black women teachers. I'm sure there's some Black male teachers, but Black women teachers are saying they're willing to fight for our kids. I don't think you understand what that means. I don't think you understand what level of sacrifice that is. We all know through history the police brutality that the Black community has gone through. They're basically saying they're willing to die for our kids. We all know what happens and the risk that they are taking for being a Black victim in that kind of scenario. That's a whole other level of love and sacrifice. And thank you so much. And us as Mexicans, we need to like completely have their backs. We need to completely be willing to die for their children too, and put our lives on the line. Thank you so much. Sincerely, sincerely from the bottom of my heart.
She gaslighting.
That is just like so beautiful. And I know you're going to go to heaven for that. I know that there's a beautiful place in heaven for you for that. Sincerely, like, we're willing to do that for us. Sincerely, sincerely. Thank you so much.
Bro, them alligator tears, man. Those are alligator tears.
You know, this comment is very important, so I need y'all to read this. When the chips are down, you Latinos forget the support from the Black folks. And I cannot agree with this creator more. The Latino community and its anti-Blackness is strong, and it needs to be expelled from our community. We hate Black people within our own communities, where Latinos, and I'm talking to Dominicans right now, my people would say, oh no, I'm not Black, I'm Black white, or I'm Latino Black. Whatever excuse to remove themselves from being African American, US Black. The anti-Blackness, the colorism in our community is so fucking toxic that is how white supremacists were able to split us up against each other, Latino against Latino, and also Latino against Black Americans. And now we're seeing birthright citizenship being taken away, the 1965 Civil Rights Act being attacked. And what a lot of Latinos don't know is that the 1965 Civil Rights Act was also what gave a lot of immigrants like your parents the ability to actually become US citizens. So birthright citizenship, a pathway to a status, was established, was given to us by the hard work of the Black community. And when we were beneficiaries of all that great work that they did, what did the Latino community do? Spit in their face by voting for Trump. And now all that hard work is being wiped away. And that's right. Latinos did forget all of the support that Black people gave us and helped us get to a place where our great-grandparents and our parents and then the children born today were able to be part of this country. And that's why I'm trying to work harder than ever to do two things. One, expel the anti-Blackness in our community, because like I said before, we are Black. And also trying to do my best to rebuild between Latinos and Black Americans. Is it going to be easy? Hell no. Is there a lot of work to do on our part? Hell yes.
But like I've said 1,000 times before, we are stronger together, and we need to stop doing the white supremacist work for them.
Bro, this dude weird, bro. Why do they talk about us though all the time? Why don't they just get the boots on the ground? You know? Why don't they just get the boots on the ground? Y'all see how they feel about them? Cause y'all getting deported, y'all unite. Bro, this is what this lady said in freaking California. Shout out to Tania and everybody on that west side. Who is that? Leslie. Shout out to Leslie. Put these people are full of. The LA City Council President, Nuri Martinez, behind closed doors discussing LA District Attorney George Gaskin with LA Council members Gil Cedito and Kevin DeLeon. You know what I'm saying? That's what she said. This is what this lady said. So you know that's how they feel for real. She's a Martinez.
Have y'all been on Teacher Talk? You know, the teachers who are pretty much saying, Ice, I wish you would. I wish you would come up in here and mess with one of my students. Y'all, hey, Ice, fuck around and find out these teachers are ready. And shout out to y'all. Take care of these babies. We appreciate y'all.
She was beautiful too into what was coming out.
So I've been seeing on this app updates that ICE can now raid schools. And if ICE tries to raid schools, take any of my students, take anchor babies, let me tell you what I'm going to do. I'm not going to do nothing. I'm not going to do nothing at all. I'm not going to fight a federal agency or federal laws on your children's behalf. I'm not going to risk going to jail and losing my livelihood on behalf of you or your children, because who would take care of mine? And I'm seeing that a lot of Black women are not understanding how to take off the cape. And that's because we've been wearing it so long and just flying that cape so high that we really can't separate ourselves from that role. I will not be doing anything that could potentially negatively impact this household, me, or my children, including protecting yours. The things that this administration said were going to happen are happening. So I've been seeing on this app updates that ICE can now, this administration said were going to happen are happening. And how we tried to help was pointing out to you that these particular things were going to be counterproductive to your own physical safety, health, wellness, and financial situations. And you know what Gen Pop said? Gen Pop said, that's fine. We hate Black women.
I don't fight for my respect, bitch. I fight.
Yeah, ICE can raid the schools now. I mean,
raise your hand if you're a teacher of any kind.
They need to get, I mean, you and your parents, I feel like if you're not here illegally, your parents not here legally, the whole family needs to go. You can't just take the you know, the heads. Everybody got to go. Yeah, they got to lose them wigs, bro. You ain't lying, but hey, man, I don't be trying to, we ain't go, but that one there look crazy. Don't play with us. Yeah, I'm finna open up this chat, man. We can get it in. We don't got too much to Tutness in the building. You seeing her hair that's taken up? Y'all going in. She must had to put a Gambian or something. They were no woman, my hair longer than Corey, for real, man. Damn. That's funny as hell though, bro. I hear a lot of dudes talking like that. They throw that wig on, man, everything back. That's what's up, FBA do. We clown, man. For real, that's what FBAs do, man. That's why people really don't be liking us. We had that dude on our channel, and he like, I don't want to call. He's an FBA, but he didn't want to call himself an FBA because somebody probably done joked on him so bad. The wig and stuff, that was confident. For real, bro. They put that wig on, bro, and they back. It's like that's a whole new person. Big facts. But I wanted to go over that bit. That was a good one. Call Dog, what's good, man? Where we at tonight, y'all? Who's popping in the chat? I think the other night we was in Cali. Where's everybody at? I want to get, as far as what area we in, what region we in tonight, man. Y'all tell me what city y'all in. Where y'all at right now? We know Call Dog out there on the west side. But where y'all at, man? Where we so we can take how we gonna California Bay Area, okay. Alabama, shout out to Alabama, man. We ain't every first time I seen Mr. Know It All. San Diego, California, y'all is California staying here heavy, man. For real. Salute, Carl. Sacramento, shout out to Sacramento, man. West Side in the building, bruh. Y'all standing on real business over there. A-Town, okay. Shout out to Atlanta, California. Man, California knows how to party. Bro, Delaware via Philly, okay. Salute Delaware and Philly. I'm calling out of Florida. He put, I'm repping Asia for those foreseeable future. I'm going to put you on, though, Corey. Hold on 1 second. GA, but from the Bronx, New York. Shout out to New York, man. East Coast in the building. We on this East Coast over here, so we got the West Coast holding it down heavy. Carleon, where you from? Dallas, Texas. Shout out to Larry Hollis, man. We got Dallas in the building, bro. Okay. We still got Cali Strong, man. We got Cali Strong in here tonight. But shout out to Texas. They had some of the best sisters. And man, Texas is legit, bro. Texas is legit. South LA, okay. LA, man, y'all be standing on business, bro. I'm gonna say Chicago, the West Coast in general. Not the sunny isle, not the sunny side. Yeah, we also had shout out to Yes Sir. He out of the DC area. They say DC had one, they have pretty much one of the richest black neighborhoods. So shout out to them. But yeah, man, I wanted to open up the chat to go over how we feel about the political system and Nicki Minaj, the deal.
Yo, what's up with
Black Boy Wonder? What's good, Corey?
What's going on, Water God?
Not much, man. Another day, another dollar.
What's up with the Latinos? Like, I don't know. That video, was that satire with the lady? She's doing the most, crying and all that old shit. But
No, man, that was real legit. Let me put you on the screen. That was real legit, man. That's how they feel it. It's a lot of cultures talking about black people like this now. This is becoming common.
It's weird, man. It's super weird because they never they talk like they behave like white people. I mean, because really, like all these people's cultures is just trying to be white, right? Like that's what it's all about, right? Like how like Argentina after World War, in the 50s, when Operation Paperclip happened, and they let them go over there and basically take over. They let the Nazis take over, and they reclassified those people. I mean, they literally changed the genetic makeup of the country in like 2 decades to white. You know what I'm saying? Then you like, I don't know if you ever dated any of these Mexican chicks or these South American chicks, but they talk about that whole mejor la raza, which is like to whiten the race. You know what I'm saying?
Lord. Yeah.
So they get all their like social cues and all that shit from white people. Like everything that they're about is just emulating white people. Because my thing is like, you talking about the black community and black this and black that. If you're paying any attention to black people, specifically black Americans, you'll see that we're not on that kumbaya shit with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, it's like you got to be tone deaf. You having a whole conversation about somebody. Imagine somebody talking about you and they're just totally bypassing what you're actually saying. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't know. It's like some weird colonizer type shit to me. I don't know what your thoughts are on.
But why you think they are pitching to us like every nationality? What do you think they're trying to accomplish? They saying they want a truce. Like they want to make a truce with black American people. What you like? How do you feel like? What are they gonna get out of that?
Well, because the whole time that they've been coming over here, they've been claiming that the government was telling them, "Oh, don't deal with them, they're criminals and this and that." And then their response always is, "Well, based off the media and this and that and what the media says." But it's crazy to me how you can blame the media, but you know what parts of our culture to pick and choose from to emulate, to cosplay. I'm saying, when to get the braid, for the West Coast, the braids and the vehicles and the style of dress and the speed, all that type of stuff. They know which aspects to emulate, right? Mm-hmm. And so I don't know. For me, it's like, what's the, what is the end goal in terms of a truce? Like, you haven't been giving us respect for the longest time. Is it because you don't have the legal ability to stay in this country? Because you don't have the history in this country? Because you thought you would come here and be like the Italians and the Jews and whoever else and become white? Because that's really what it is, right? Like, and even Tariq was talking about this. This is like a hazing period, I think, that they're undergoing, right? But I think with Trump and a lot of the other like Anglo white supremacists, they're like on some like, yo, like, we're not accepting this anymore. You got to be Anglo. You got to be European. You got to be Western European. Otherwise, we're not including you in whiteness anymore. And so they're trying to figure out where they can get in, where they can fit in, because they're scavengers by nature. Because if you look at these people and how they live in their homelands, they're in depravity. They're in despair. You know what I'm saying? The shit look like, Brooklyn in the 70s and shit in these people's homeland. Like, I don't know if any of my dudes been to Colombia, Cartagena, right? That shit is a dump. Truth be told, that shit is trash. Yeah, even like looking at this, right? Like, Water, I don't know if you ever travel or go to different places, but this right here, this video you're showing is more advanced than a lot of these people's societies in 2025. The conditions that these people live in. That's what I'm saying. Like, we gotta like understand like the conditions that they live in. They think that is like, because in their homelands, right, they have these like, they got the caste systems, basically racial caste systems. So the blacks are always at the bottom, especially, in the Latino and these Hispanic countries. They're very self-hating. The Dominicans, they got that, I'm no black poppy, all that type of shit. So they come from these places where being black is like, it's they just hate it for whatever reason. Because the black people there ain't doing nothing to them. The black people there are just living and existing, same as we are. But they just hate, right. Because they have adopted white supremacist thought patterns. You know what I'm saying? And they come here and again, we have to think about the resentment, like the psychology of it. They have a major issue with us because they keep the black people in their homelands at the bottom. And then they come to America and they see how important we are, right? How pivotal we are, how much clout we have. And that just really bothers them. And then it's like, well, damn, what can we do to undermine this group and make it so that they're not in that position? We want to have them at the bottom. We want to make sure that, it's just there's a lot of psychological shit with these people in their culture. Like even where I'm at, right, in Guam, the locals are like Chamorro people, right? Which no beef with them, but it's the same vibe. It's you cosplaying. I'm saying, and then they got beef with the Micronesians. The Micronesians kind of look like us, right? They're Pacific Islanders, but they look, like Aboriginal people, like black people or whatever. And so there's a hierarchy there. You know what I'm saying? It's just real. It's like everywhere you go on the planet, these other groups are trying to be white and trying to keep the black people at the bottom. Everywhere you go, Palestine, because they talk about Israel and Palestine, right? It's the new Palestine is the fashionable movement, right? Being pro-Palestine. That's the new shit with the liberals, right? Like it was supporting the Black Panthers back in the day. The new shit is supporting Palestine. And when you look at the Palestine situation, the Afro-Palestinians live in squalor. They don't have schools. They don't have access to electricity, Wi-Fi, basic amenities. You know what I'm saying? They go outside. There's a video of an Afro-Palestinian girl who did an interview with an Israeli brother, like a black Israeli dude. I don't know if he was American or whatever, but he was interviewing her and he was talking about she was talking about just her having her hair braided and being out in public and not because this is the shit that they do, like the skin bleaching. That's like expected, right? So she goes outside with her natural curls out, just existing as a black person, and they looking at her like, oh my God, wow, you're so brave, you're so different. So it's like just the state of being a black person and having how we look and our skin, all that shit. It's just these people are just it's like they have like a genocidal agenda. It's like it's really awesome. It's crazy, yo. It's very deep and it's psychological off. It's weird. It's just I don't know, man.
Right, but check this out. Where have you been to any place where it's like, or any place outside of the United States? Because I only been to Mexico. I only been to the tropical places, the Bahamas, right outside this. I haven't been to Africa. But have you ever been to a place outside of the United States where they look at you and it's more of a, oh my gosh, it's a Black American? Like, well, what place would you say it was mostly like that?
I mean, you get that everywhere. Like everywhere you go, right, you'll get motherfuckers that hate you, and then you'll get motherfuckers that pretend to love you because they don't. Yeah, I want everybody to know they don't love you, right? Because they're like as much as they cosplay, their cultures are anti-black. Like that's why. Because I was dating with a chick in Thailand. I lived in Thailand for 2 years. We were living together. I was living there, right? Right. And then it got to the point with me dealing with her family and shit. I'm like, yo, I can't. On top of the dry begging and all that and the laziness, but I can't replicate with somebody whose family is just on some shit because of how I look, like my hair texture and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So everywhere you go, to answer your question, everywhere you go, you'll have people who really fuck with us in terms of what they think we are, but they still have anti-blackness in their culture, right? So it's cosplaying essentially at the end of the day. There's no way that we can go on it. Like Neely Fuller, when he says the planet is a prison, that's really what it is. You know what I'm saying that's really truly what it is, because these other people are submissive to Europeans. They're subjugated by the Europeans. And what's different about us is that we fall back, but everybody else is in submission to Europeanness.
Big fact. Yeah. So in Thailand, right? Could you purchase land if you go over there? Could you purchase the land if you're like American?
So I don't know if the laws have been updated, but when I checked, you have to be married. You can't own land as a foreigner. You can own property, but the property has to be 51% owned by your Thai spouse. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a situation where they're open to foreigners. And actually they have laws codified to like discriminate against people based on their skin tone. Like they're huge about that shit out there. Like the skin tone shit is just so weird, bro. Like they're obsessed. Like even out here where I'm at, they'll come out here, the Koreans, Japanese, they'll come and it'll be 90 degrees outside, right? Blazing. They'll have on a big ass sun hat, long sleeve shirt. They're really on that shit, yo. Like they really are on that. It's so crazy, bro. It's
man, I gotta go out there to Thailand. Everybody they say that it's a lot of Black Americans out there.
Yeah, it's a lot of us out there, but there's a lot of these dudes that go out there. They're tricking, they're goofy. It's a lot of dudes that can't get women in the States.
Yeah, that's why they go out there. But why did everybody talk so good about Thailand? Is that the reason?
Well, it's affordable, number one. And then you have access to so many beautiful women, right? Like it's so many. Now, I don't know why black women, you're going to have to ask them why they do that. Because ain't nobody really checking for, no disrespect to the sisters, but nobody's really checking for sisters in Asia. You know what I'm saying? You might have some of that going on in Italy and dudes ain't checking for black chicks in Asia, bro. That's just because of the culture, right? Like it's just different. Like a man's position in life is different than a woman's, right? Like a man, you can compensate for maybe not being really attractive with your mouthpiece or with your productivity, with your access to money or your proximity to power. But no, I don't think I'm a Taiwanese. That don't make people are not coons for sleeping for because we had this whole conversation and dude was panties is in a bunch. But you're not a coon for swirling, right? Like that doesn't automatically make you a coon, right? Some dudes genuinely have beefs with women for whatever reason, and they feel like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Or some dudes are just like, yeah, I want to see the world. That's how I did it. I just wanted to see the world. And
no, some dudes don't get the experience. They haven't, the black women here hasn't really shot at them. So it's like they look at it as, dang, they don't want me. You get what I mean? So it's like, I think that's what homie was coming from. I don't know for a fact, but it sounded like that's what he was.
But check this out. When I was in Kenya, I had to fight. I was getting into it, throwing hands with dudes. And the dudes I was getting into it with was Caribbean tethers that lived in the US. Right? So a lot of these dudes that's talking that talk, oh, the women don't want it, black women don't want me and all that. They have the same gender issues back home. And then they bring that shit to the States and they think it's, they'll try to holler at an FBA chick. Yeah, an FBA chick is going to tell you about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Whether you like it or not, that's just how we operate. They're going to tell you like, nigga, what's up with your lineup? Like, nigga, your breath stink. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, your gut poking out too much. So they're not resilient. Like, just like how are you complaining about somebody allegedly calling you a booty scratcher? So they don't have that resilience, right? So then you get rejected one time and now you hate all black women. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's crazy.
So it's that type of vibe, but I just wanted to come in here and speak on, even with the Latino dude, he's talking about, we didn't support the black community, we voted for Trump. It's like, bro, like all of these people treat black Americans like we're a monolith. Like they all sit around and talk about us and they never consider our perspectives. And it's weird because when it comes to political work and organizing, there's no other group of people on the planet who have the history of organization like we do. Like when Ho Chi Minh rebelled against the North, what was it? When the Viet Cong rebelled, right? Ho Chi Minh sat at the feet. He came to Harlem, bro, in the 30s and 40s. Ho Chi Minh.
Yeah, he did.
So you have all these different people who it's just weird, man. And social media, it gives these idiots a platform that don't have any knowledge, like they don't have any knowledge of history, politics. And so you're now talking about Kamala, like we didn't vote, we voted for Trump. Bro, huh? Like nobody cares about that. You know what I'm saying? This whole thing where we niggas gotta vote Democrat, that's played out.
That's played out, but they gonna push that as hard. I want to see because I do feel like they got it so soaked into that Democratic Party. It's like we need a new outlet. We need one that's just focused on our principles and our policies, in my opinion.
Again, the only party that I've seen that's already established is the Green Party. Like, because I've done the research. I don't know too much about Ajamu Baraka, but I know that the young lady, Sarah, I can't remember her last name, but the lady that ran, she spoke about reparations. Like she literally, you know what I'm saying, that was her platform, like was running on reparations. Let me see if I can look up the girl's name, the Green Party. Jill Stein, that was her name. Jill Stein.
Jill Stein and the Green Party. Let me look that up.
Yeah, I go into ChatGPT and I was like, is there any political platforms who've raised reparations seriously? Yeah.
And she's for reparations, you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is 100%. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a person that's educated. This is a person that understands history, and they're not just brainwashed racially. And that's the thing, yo. What I really like, a lot of these not people of color, quote unquote, are worse than the white people. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah.
See, certain white people, you can sit down and have a serious intellectual conversation. But these other people, because they're so insecure about us, they can't even have the conversation. They can't even fathom. I think it was Jill Stein, and then there was another lady, Maria something. She did some interviews with back in the day, like back in like maybe like 2020, 2021. She did some videos with the ADOS people or whatever.
Yvette Carnell.
Yeah. Well, Titanies, I don't know. I could be wrong, but like I said, I looked it up I used ChatGPT to look it up, and it was, Green Party. They said that she was running on reparations, but just because, and again, right? Like a lot of people don't know, right? It's up to us to educate people. And if she's willing to have that conversation, we could tell her, we can make the distinguish. We can, say, hey, wait a minute, we're delineating. We're not Pan-Africanists. We can that whole thing. Yeah.
She does. No, somebody in the chat was like, yo, she don't support. No, but she do. Let me show you. I mean, that's what this is saying.
Yeah, based off the limited information that I have,
Yeah, it seems like she's supporting. But yes, Justine in the Green Party is saying that, she supports Justine on reparations. Let's hear what she's saying on that.
Can you talk about reparations in your campaign, what it means to you?
This is a shame on our nation that we were founded on the institution of slavery, and that institution perpetuates itself through all of our social institutions right now. I'm all ears to hear how we ensure that everyone who is a victim of the living legacy of the institution of slavery, it was lynchings, it was Jim Crow, it was redlining, it was mass incarceration, it was the war on drugs, it is the school to prison pipeline.
Oh, shit.
It is the health disparities. It's the fact
shit.
that
Now she bringing up the same points I would have been bringing.
That's what I'm saying.
It sounds good, huh?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't, we have to think of alternative solutions. So I'm not saying that this lady is the end all be all or that she's the next Black Messiah. But what I'm saying is let's have conversations with these people. I'm saying let's be pragmatic. Like, that's all I'm saying. Because like we can shoot people down all day, but what's the other solution that we're offering them? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, I'll check out the Black Authority interview with her. But I just, who else is talking like that? As far as that group, that community.
What community? Oh, her community.
The Jewish community, the Caucasian community, the European community, the Mayo. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. What was her name? Jill Steen?
Yeah.
Check out. I'm interested in her now. You done told me about her. I'm just, I never seen a woman talk like that about reparation. But did she did one on the Black Authority right here?
Yeah, I don't know. Tutnese was talking about it. I don't know which video he was referring to, but
yeah, it's a 2-hour video, but we may have to catch that one another time. But I do want to see actually what she talking about. But that's a 2-hour.
Yeah. So her running mate, Ajamu Baraka, is a Pan-Africanist. I don't know if he's FBA or not, but he's like one of these older radical type of new Black Panther, that, yeah, brother, you jive turkey, we got to get these crackers, he's one of them type of dude. So, we have to get but again, like I don't know if she's she's getting game from him, right? So we have to go in there and say, listen, Mr. Baraka, we understand that you're a Pan-Africanist, but this is what our agenda is as Black Americans. And then you could be a Pan-Africanist all day by going to Jamaica and having them petition Europe, going to Kenya and having them petition Britain. You have to petition these countries. The problem is a lot of the times they start talking about reparations and they try to make it just about slavery. You know what I'm saying? They make it about, well, everybody was enslaved, but the difference is slavery was institutional in different countries.
We got to talk about this interview.
Yeah.
So, that's all I'm saying.
No,
It's just, people just got to get more serious politically. I think that, just.
Yeah, we definitely got to get more serious politically, but they say she kind of dropped the ball. Let's watch this little of this Jill Scott, that how he's explaining how she missed the golden opportunity.
With Dr. Jill Stein and the Black Authority. First things first, I want to say this. We appreciate Dr. Stein for accepting the invitation, because what it does is it normalizes the idea that candidates can talk directly to the grassroots, as opposed to going on, the Breakfast Club and talking to Charlamagne and DJ Envy. You feel me? So first of all, hats off to her for that. Hats off to the Black Authority for how he conducted the interview, because let me tell y'all, it's not easy in terms of finding the balance when you're talking to politicians of interjecting with certain points and allowing them to, speak and share their stance in such a way where the audience can decide, all right, this is what I need to hear. And I thought he really got a lot of key information out there. So definitely hats off to both of them. Now, I want to say this. I'm not going to share any video footage of the interview. I prefer you guys go over to the Black Authority's platform and listen to it directly on there, because as a content creator, I would prefer you guys do that for me as well when I have my interviews. So definitely do that. But a couple of key points I want to hit on, y'all. Reparations got the conversation started, and she explained that they are now for race-based reparations, which is key because, as you guys know, if you paid attention to what was going on in California with the task force, they decided to go the lineage-based route because race-based legislation would not stand up in the Supreme Court. So when it comes to court proceedings, you cannot go the race-based route. So that's key, because if that's what you stand for, then what are you really doing here? Are you just standing for this in theory because you understand that you're going to get, or you appeal to more of our community by saying, oh yeah, we're for reparations, but you really don't have any desire to bring it to fruition? Is that the case? See, now I'm left with more questions about Dr. Stein, whereas when I did the video before, after the Breakfast Club, the ambush by Angela Rye, where I was saying, you know what, Dr. Ware and Dr. Stein did a really good job. After that, I was like, you know what, let me at least listen to what they have to say. And now after hearing this, I'm like, oh, y'all know that meme from The Simpsons with the dude with the hat on? He takes the hat off and he puts it on the rack. He comes in and he turns around and puts the hat right back on and walks out the door. That's how I am now with the Green Party, and it didn't have to be like that. I could have sat down and relaxed for a bit. But once I'm hearing this, hold on. So you're for race-based reparations. When it comes to immigration, you're okay with it. You're cool with immigration. You just want to make sure you get the process cleaned up a bit.
So y'all see how race-based reparations is that don't seem like it's right. Let me see what somebody put in there. Okay. Do y'all see how the race-based reparations is not what we looking for? We looking for the lineage. But let's see.
But you have no problem with the immigrants coming over here. So you, are similar to Chuck Schumer, right? Senator Schumer said, look, we've got to streamline the process and get these guys legalized as quick as possible. Millions, bring them all over. That's what he said. So there really is no difference between what the Democrats think on this and you. None. There's no difference. So, okay. I'm trying to get as far away from whatever they stand for as possible. So the way you appeal to people like me is not by agreeing with their stance on especially immigration. Now, you might have, minor things that you disagree with, but ultimately it's all good. They come over here. You said they contribute to the economy. And all right, I'm not disputing that, but I am saying this. The folks here who might be sleeping on the street or in shelters or whatever, the veterans who are out here, y'all ain't helping them. It's cool, but somehow we can allocate money. We can spend $2,000 a month in some cases, put it on their debit cards, let them do whatever they want to do, give them free healthcare, put them up in swanky hotels. We can do all of that. But the guy who is a veteran or woman who is a veteran sleeping on the street, we can't help you no more. We already gave you X amount. That's it. But we got money for people who come here illegally. I can't get behind it, y'all. I can't. It just is what it is. So I disagree with her on that. I disagree on reparations, disagree on her idea in terms of reproductive rights and all of that. As y'all know, many of us in our community are conservative, right? By nature, we're conservative. We are not for just indiscriminate abortions. If something happens and there's health risks involved for the mom or whatever, rape, you know, there's certain instances where to me, it's a no-brainer. You know what I'm saying? We don't have an issue with it. But I have a problem with just acting like this should be a normal part of society and then pitching it directly to us, which is what the Black Authority mentioned this, which I thought was a really good point by him. When he said, you know what, the powers that be have weaponized, he brought up Margaret Sanger, they've weaponized abortion in our community, making it very accessible to us, to which Dr. Stein kind of pushed back on that. And she said, you know what? No, I think the problem is that we don't have enough access. The poor folks don't have enough access, which, first of all, when you said that, that's like, oh, wow. I wasn't expecting that, because when you look at the abortion rates, and I'm gonna put them on the screen so y'all can see it. But when you look at it, and then you look at who's being affected the most, let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. Hold on, so you guys can see it. All right. So y'all see that chart right there? Now, this goes back from 2000 to 2014. You see that it has gone down. But who do you notice at the top right here? Who do you notice? Black, non-Hispanic. Look at that. Abortions per 1,000 women aged 15 through 44. So now that goes from, what, 2000 to 2014. Now, let's get a little bit closer to today. Look at the highlighted portion here. Let me make that bigger because I know y'all can't see that. All right. Women of color have the most abortions. Now, this speaks to when you guys hear the interview, you'll see this for yourselves. But she was saying, again, I don't feel like they have enough access to abortion, and that's caused other problems. But yeah, hold up. Not all of this. We're not reading the non-Hispanic white women part. Hold on. Just this. All right. Among the 30 areas that reported race by ethnicity data for 2019, non-Hispanic white women and non-Hispanic Black women accounted for the largest percentages of all abortions. Non-Hispanic white women and non-Hispanic Black women. Now, the Black women number is 38.4%. Again, the largest block. So when the Black Authority was talking about how much this impacts us, he was spot on when he said, I think the number was 80 million abortions among us. So, you know, when she says, you know, and I don't think that that's the problem. I know, no, you're wrong. You are categorically wrong.
So y'all know what that means? If y'all don't understand what that means that if it wasn't for abortions, right, we would have way more people than anybody else, because we're killing more people than anybody else because we have a sexualized culture. That's why they have to have this in place, because it could go crazy for us because they try to sexualize our culture so much that we would have been done took off. You could do a BA interview with her part. Maybe 45 minutes live segment. Okay. What you mean a BA? What that mean? A Black Authority interview? Yeah. You mean me
I would have.
Go ahead.
I'm curious as to why abortion is so normalized. Like, say what you want about these tethers, but these motherfuckers don't get abortions. They just have the babies.
I think it's in the system. I think it's systematic how they got our sisters like that. It's like, you know, but think about it, like how much more people we will have. That means we will be having children faster than anybody else. You get what I'm saying? Margaret Sanger, yeah, that's her name. But we will be having more kids faster than everybody else. So that's a real threat. Play his interview on live stream in segments. Yeah. I'm gonna do that. I would chop up on some of it now, but I just went to the little point. But from her point,
I agree though.
Yeah,
I think that, you know, so when you look at these places where there's a large population of whites and non-whites, abortion numbers are higher, liberalism is higher. Like, so I think that, I mean, that's part of the liberal feminist agenda, the abortion thing, because when you go to South Africa, it's even worse in South Africa. I mean, they're LGBT'd out. Everybody's pro-LGBT. everybody's on some degenerate, everybody's flexing, everybody's getting abortion. So it's like whenever I just noticed this in my travels. Whenever there's a large population of non-white people and then there's a lot of white people, the abortion numbers are higher. I wish there was somebody else on the panel that could back up my thought process. But yeah, that's one thing that I noticed, that there's a lot, whenever there's a large population, just like in Kenya, just like in Namibia, just like in South Africa, all these places that I've been, and these are some of the most developed places in Africa. It's very liberal, it's very metropolitan, cosmopolitan, and then it's a bunch of abortions going on, basically. So
right. How you feel about Jill Steen from what he was saying?
Yeah, I mean, if what he's saying is true, then she's another Trojan horse. I'm not shocked. I just, again, I didn't look up if there was if she was talking about race-based exclusively, but yeah, lineage is the way to go. That's the only way to go. And it's not even just because it wouldn't hold up in court. It's because Africans are not entitled to benefits in America. They're not, like, they have no skin in the game. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But you see how I feel like somebody that's not of our culture is not going to want to break it down like that. They're going to want to be for all Black people. You get what I'm saying? Instead of saying,
well,
FBA.
They should want to break it down like that because it's more beneficial to the government. It's less mobilization. It's less money being spent. It's less effort if you just make it lineage based. There's only 50 million of us, roughly. There might be a couple million more or less. So logically, all Black people. So what? Like, how would you do that? You would distribute monies to people in Jamaica as well. Like, how would you? You know what I'm saying? I think that they're being facetious when they speak like that. All Black people, because all Black people, a lot of people just got here in the 60s. So what are we talking about? That's why the distinction is so important. That's why delineation is so important, because motherfucker, you just got here in the 60s. I can trace my shit back to 1790. What are we talking about?
Right. But for them to want to, like, marketing wise, it makes more sense. You're going to get more people on your team. You get what I mean? More Black people. Because it is a political party, but that's what Caldwell was like. We need our own political party, because what if we had our party and we was coming at other people saying, hey, you need to join our political party because we're fighting for stuff, for you. Y'all need to jump on our bandwagon. I think it'll be better.
I think you would have to have two separate approaches. One, you'd have to have your own party, right?
Yeah.
But know that the party is not going to, unless there's some serious funding to, upwards of trillions, unless there's that type of funding behind the party, access is going to be limited. So you have to have a second, and this is the part that we keep overlooking. We need to have social institutions, right? Like, again, I brought up the Anti-Defamation League.
Yeah.
We need to have a Black American Anti-Defamation League. We should have a Black American, a hip hop council, a cultural council. You know what I'm saying? A VFW specifically for Black American. These things, these institutions, yes, we're American, but we've been too reliant on America when it comes to having institutions that are specific to us. We have to have things that are specific to us and gatekept by us outside of just the politics. It has to be in every area of people activity, like Neely Fuller says. Yeah, and again, like Dr. Anderson, there's really no need to form a party. There's a need to create social institutions that create cultural cohesion. So that, like we was talking about yesterday, there's people who got 2 FBA parents, but they're coons, right? But if you have cultural institutions that rewards good behavior and punishes negative behavior for the collective, then people are going to be more inclined to play ball.
Mm-hmm. Right. So you saying with that politics, it don't make sense for us to have our own political party because we're going to have to fund a lot of money in there. That's what you're saying.
Well, yeah. Well, my thing is this, right? Like, okay, the Jews don't and the Asians don't have political parties, but they have corporate clout. Well, I'm talking about the Jews. The Asians, the Jews have corporate clout. They have control. They have a platform. Like, Bob Iger controls Marvel or controls Walt Disney, which is one of the largest corporation media conglomerates on the planet. I'm saying, I don't know who owns Netflix, but I'm sure it's one of them small hats that owns that. So they have money, they have access, and they control media. They control image. right? They control how you look. So you don't want to do this for us. We're going to keep you from getting access to our media apparatus, and we're going to shit on your image in the media as well, right? So that's what we have to do. But again, in order to do that, you have to raise the children a certain way. You got, to a certain extent, you have to brainwash the children. Like, that's what they do in these synagogues. That's what they do. Like, even with the tethers, they brainwash their kids, right? Now, you can brainwash somebody in a positive direction or a negative direction. That's what we have to do with our kids. Like, this shit where the integration shit, it's cool to be physically integrated, but socially, you don't have to be socially integrated.
Right. Yeah. Right. We look at the Asians, how they hear. They're not socially integrated too much with everybody else.
They have their own restaurants and they have their own situation. They date within their group. Everybody's not cool. You'll never hear Korean. Well, Asian men complain about their women dating out or whatever, but we have to understand that we should be less concerned of, like, a lot of Negroes just want attention, right? And we should be less concerned with attention. Too much attention, right? Less attention, more action, more organizing, more study groups, more like, yo, let's get together with my family and let's study this history. Let's understand who we are and what we've done. Like, I'm saying, my brother's 24 years old. This man got a bachelor's degree, just graduated from American, but he doesn't understand that he's not African. Like, this concept is new to him, and that's a problem. That should have been instilled at him when he was fucking born.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That this type of shit is like these older generations have been really dropping the fucking ball. We're not just white. We're not just Americans that just don't happen to be white. No, we're Black Americans, and we're distinct people with a distinct lineage and a distinct. I'm in Guam right now, man. I just got my hair done. Okay. I just got my braids done by a local chick. The whole time I'm in there, they ain't listening to nothing but Usher, Chris Brown, Michael Jackson. So everybody, we have power. We have cultural power. We just need to manage that shit and stop making it so easy for other people to benefit off of it. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing.
For real.
Yeah, Tutnese, I don't know Tutnese if he has a group or Discord or something, but yeah, I would love to learn that language. For sure. You know what I'm saying? But we have like I was saying yesterday, like the dude that came on and he's like, well, I'm from the hood and shit, Corey, you need to shut up because you ain't from the hood. And I'm like, well, bro, I'm not here to prove how hood I am, right? Because I'm a 32-year-old grown-ass man. I don't need to prove how hood or street I am to correlate to my people. And that's the problem. You have a low self-esteem because you correlate yourself with being hood and low class and low caliber. We need to kind of get out of that mindset. This addiction to being ghetto and ignorant, that shit is like, and I'm not saying everybody's like that, but niggas got to get over that. I'm from the streets. I'm from the hood. I'm really about that. Okay, you're about that, but you live in a system where you're in submission. And everybody that I've ever met who's talking about how they from the hood, you don't want to leave the hood. You never stepped into the real world and had to deal with real adversity, because that's when the real problems come. You got to deal with the real white supremacists when you leave the hood. You got to deal with people that really fucking hate you when you leave the hood. You know what I'm saying? That, and so that's where my manhood comes from. I was raised by men. And all that shit with niggas being, bro, I don't need to be from the hood to whoop your ass. I don't need to be from the hood to have a nice quick draw. I don't need to be from the hood to know how to plant some plants and grow some trees and feed children. I don't need to be the hood. So the maturity level, we have to do a lot of internal work as men. Start with the men. Let's build our maturity levels up. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is acting like hoes, and then you got tethers coming here and they adding on to it. These new, and then you got these young dudes. Hold on, we speak to the OGs, make it make sense. I'm 59 and we stand. Yeah, I'm not 59. I'm a millennial. I'm an elder millennial, as I like to say. So I don't really know too much. My father is 53. I'm saying, so I don't really know about the OGs and all that. But I'll say this. I'll say this.
Man, it ain't general. Is that, you know what I mean? It's not general. It is some people out here that's older that was standing on business. I know of some. So
yeah, I'm not coming at the older people. I'm just saying the younger people, because a lot of these younger dudes are just brain dead, right? There's no knowledge of self, no nothing. They just know how to look cool, which is fine, right? But add something underneath that. Read some fucking books. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I'm saying. I'm not coming at nobody in particular. I'm not calling out no segment of the community. I'm just saying niggas got to grow up eventually.
Yeah, man, you can't be I mean, can't be ready to crash out about nothing. You know what I mean? It's like that's what it is in our community, that anger, and it's always leads to violence when people get upset. That's what we used to. Hood, you know, in the hood, that's what they used to. It's like attacking people with violence or, you know, anger, but we can't.
Yeah,
We
but
got to
that's
be
what
able to
women do.
talk people and talk to them and be able to beat them at the, you know, beat them at the debate.
That's what children and women do. Like a child will hit you until you tell the child this is not how you operate, and then you explain to the child, and then if you don't want to listen, you spank them. So my thing is, we need to, like, collectively, to get just more respect as men. I'm focused on the men.
Yeah.
This thing with dudes is on the internet, even complaining about black women and how, you know, that shit is not a good look. Just
yeah, it's not, bro.
Starve them out. Just don't fuck
it.
with them. Just don't fuck with them. Just start. There's no need to have a conversation. Just starve them out. You don't get access. That's a simple. It's really that simple. Okay, you want to be disrespectful? Okay, you don't get to be with me. You don't get to the benefit off of me. You don't get none of that. I'm gonna excommunicate you. That's it. That's how we used to move back in the 30s and 40s. I'm saying when my great grandmother had a child out of wedlock, they sent her ass up north, and you're not coming back here until you get your act together. You're banished to the shadow realm until you get your shit together. And we're going to hold on to this child. You don't get to raise a child because we're not having a child raise a child. You know what I'm saying? We got to go back to that type of shit, you know? We want to be more. We've been through everything. See, and that's the problem that I have with a lot of older gentlemen. No disrespect, but, and I wish the gentleman would come up, Big Yodi, but it's too many excuses that I'm hearing. Like, I respect, you know, that we've been, you know, I'm not saying nothing. Again, I'm not trying to make it about dudes over 50. Again, I was raised by dudes over 50. You know what I'm saying? My great-grandfather, you know, shout out my great-grandfather. He pretty much owned a lot of businesses on Linden Boulevard in South Jamaica, Queens. You know what I'm saying? So I respect the older generation. You know what I'm saying? I have millionaires in my family. But what I'm saying is when I go to Hampton, Virginia, right? As an outsider, I'm from the East Coast. I'm from Brooklyn, right? So when I go to Hampton, Virginia, and I'm in the 7 cities area, or I'm in the projects in Norfolk, it should be no static, right? It should be no static. Right. Because a large portions of our warrior class come from these types of situations, and they're very emotional, they're very feminine. And what I'm saying is, we should be able to, if you're from the West Coast, you should be able to come from the East Coast and be accepted. You should be able to come from the South and come to the North and be accepted. There should be love, because the whole thing about us delineating is not only different gatekeeping who we are as a people from other groups, but also internally showing more love to each other. That's what it's about. And then everything else will fall into place. You know what I'm saying?
Big facts. He's not giving any excuses. Shout out to French.
I mean, Cali's a special situation, because with California, they basically test a lot of you know, laws and drugs and all that old shit, because they got, you know, Silicon Valley's out there, CIA got major headquarters out there, FBI, you know, so, you know, and in Oakland, there was a lot of black people in Oakland with that political history. And they did a number on Oakland. No, Oakland, you know, so
yeah,
Oakland, that shit looked like Escape from New York. So, you know, well, I guess it's gentrified now, right? But these dudes, we have to do better. As like, when I see another brother, I'm no longer like angry or timid. Yo, what's up, dude? How you feeling, man? What you got going on? It's really that simple, right? And then just pay that forward and keep that same energy. And then eventually you build that relationship with the dude, and you say, yo, man, I'm organizing. Why don't you come by the house? Or why don't we meet somewhere and have a conversation about our culture and what we're gonna do to move our people forward? Like, that's the type of shit that should be happening. You know what I'm saying? It has to, like Dr. Amos Wilson said, the revolution starts from within. It's not televised, it starts from within. We have to change, man. We have to change. We gotta start accepting each other and stop being so hard on each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And we gotta stop spending money, bro. We have to. I don't like that we spend money with everybody and nobody spends money with us. I don't like that.
Well, I don't think people are against spending money with us, because, like, I don't know if you've ever been to like one of these pop-up shows, or like, say, like I'm cousins with a major artist, right? And he has a clothing line. And whenever he does pop-up shows in these different cities, people of all colors is coming out. There is a you know, people are trying to spend money when the shit is cool or whatever. When it's these soul food spots, people are trying to, you know, it's not that people are against like doing business with us. The shit just gotta be presented a certain way. You know what I'm saying? It gotta be organized a certain way. I'm saying maybe instead of opening up at 12 in the afternoon and closing at 9, maybe you open up at 8 or 9. I just, that's just, Tutney's. You ain't been to Oakland. Now, I haven't been to Oakland, bro. I'm just speaking off hearsay. I have not been to Oakland. I'll say that. But I know that Oakland is not what it once was. I know that California in general, in the areas that we used to inhabit or be the dominant majority, we're not the majority anymore, especially in Compton, East LA. I say that every time we have a stream.
Oh,
That shit
Oakland is wild right now, man. Their crime is off the chain.
That's what I'm saying. Even in parts, and I don't know if that's because tethers or if that's because local people. I don't know. And I really shouldn't speak on street politics where I'm not from. But at the same time, niggas got to get it together with the dustiness. It's too much dustiness. You know what I'm saying? Because the problem is when I walk in these spaces and I'm not only FBA person, people have certain preconceived notions already. You know what I'm saying? Already off the top, just because of how a lot of, even when you look at social media, right? Like go on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube and you keep scrolling, scroll. Every time that there's a black person, it's always a dusty nigga. Like 9 times out of 10, it's a rapper. It's a dusty nigga. It's something that's weird. It's never just a regular black person. It's always this weird dusty shit with niggas on the internet. And we got to play past that shit. Like that shit is not how you present yourself is important.
Yeah.
Maybe I sound like a respectability dude, but I get tired of the dusty shit with niggas.
Yeah, man. It sucks, bro. It sucks. I feel you on that.
Yeah, but the tethers are worse. The tether.
It's even worse. Yeah.
The tethers is even worse. That shit. Woo. Because
this shit in Oakland. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know the politics. He said this shit in Oakland is black people out there doing all of what y'all see.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. I mean, I know that the crime is bad. Like that's one of the hottest places in the world. I mean, in America right now that you know about that crime. But shout out to Oakland, man. Oakland put a lot in the game for black people, though, for real.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to them dudes out there in California at all, but my thing is, it's like why every area where it's majority besides like so DC is nice as hell, but then you got right off U Street, I think that's Northwest. Somebody correct me, but right off U Street, niggas is doing too much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're doing too much. Downtown, right by Howard, niggas is doing too much. Where else? What's the PG County? Certain parts of PG County, niggas is doing too much. Like these areas that we have, like Hampton, Virginia is a historically black community. The whole 7 cities is historically black. Back in 2010, when I was going out there, it was thorough. People was, and it's like with us, it's no in, but it's either niggas is boo laid out or niggas is super street. Why can't we just be normal? Why everybody gotta be gangster and everybody gotta be tough and everybody gotta be? Can somebody just be like a doc? Can somebody just be the guy who goes to work and goes? You know what I'm saying? Why is that not cool? Like, why is that not the thing? Why is the scammer and the nigga that got the latest pair of Jordans? Why does that even matter? Think about that. Think about the consumerism in the culture. You know what I'm saying?
It's too tight, bro. It's either you gonna be on that level or the boule level. So think about it like this: which brother would you feel like you could get to their head more to turn them around? Would it be the boule brother or would it be the street dude?
For me, I relate more to the street dude, but at the same time, I'm not in the streets. I'm 32. I've been working in this field for the past 12 years, 13, 14 years. So I'm no longer looking to be in that environment. That's not acceptable to me anymore. I've raised my standard of living. Bro, I'm in Guam and I live in a resort. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm just, dudes got to step the game up, But yeah, I'd rather talk to the street dudes for sure. But I've tried to do that though.
But why would you say that? Why would you feel like you can connect better with the street dudes rather than a boule dude?
Well, because the street dudes, when you present them with a lot of the time, when you present them with an opportunity to better themselves, a lot of them will apply the information. The thing with the boule dudes is that they just think that they're, they just think that they, Divine Nine, they better than everybody because they kissing white ass. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. I feel you on that. I feel you on that. Yeah, man. I mean, both of them. I mean, yeah, I agree with you, but I feel like both of them are kind of like they both lost. Chilling with your homie.
I mean, I guess that sounds zesty. I guess that makes me sound zesty for but I get. But the thing is, like, if I'm homosexual for getting up and going to work and then coming home, I'll be that. You know what I'm saying? That's just. But I'm no longer accepting. Because listen, and then this is another thing, yo. It's not hard to get money. Like, it's not hard to make six figures. Like, that should be the standard in the community. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That should be the standard. Making six figures is not hard. I've been making six figures now since I was 20 fucking 27. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, in that IT field, you've been in the IT field.
Yeah, and I be trying to talk, and I be trying to talk to dudes, because I got some street dudes in my family. Obviously, I'm a reformed. I got into some of my knucklehead business as a youth, but I realized like that shit don't like proving how tough you are. That's limited. You could be the toughest dude on the planet, but the people that run the planet are not tough. They don't work out. They're not in shape. They're not getting all the bitches. They have power, and because that's all they want. Is power. You know what I'm saying? And I think, dudes got to stop taking what I'm saying. It's too many guys that take what I'm saying personally because they feel like they're being personally attacked. And I'm not attacking you in particular. I'm just talking about just dustiness in the culture. That's all I'm saying. It needs to be addressed. I'm not, niggas got to get off that. He's, this nigga like to eat avocado wraps. He's a bitch. And they'd be like, bro, I'm just trying to make sure, my digestive system is functioning as intended. That's like niggas grow up. Grow up.
Big fact, man. But yeah, man, it's been crazy that what you think about the racist player that Jake Paul, how they the fights he been having? I haven't been watching them because I ain't like how he did Mike Tyson.
Well, I don't even know how he's fighting top ranked boxers. Like, how is he even? I don't understand how that. And I'm a boxer. I box myself. I respect the sport. I love the sport of boxing, and so I'm just weirded out when I see these setups in the first place. Like, how does this dude get these fights with somebody like AJ? Like, that's crazy to me. Like, but AJ's the first person that put him in his place.
Yeah, I'm glad he did. I knew he was too, but I thought maybe he may have took a bag to not do it. You get what I'm saying?
I think he took a bag to not, because you remember when he fought Ngannou, he basically fucked Ngannou up within the first 3 rounds. Like, fight was done almost immediately, right? So I think he kind of took it easy on him.
Yeah, to make it a little something,
Yeah, you got to sell it to the crowd or whatever. But, that Jake Paul shit, that shit is like nothing. Like, whatever. Fuck that nigga. You know what I'm saying? But if he's giving out bags, these crackers is giving out free bags to beat up on white boys, whatever. Like, but my thing is, why don't we talk about how since we're talking about boxing, how they stripped Terrence Crawford of the WBC at 168? Why don't we talk about how they stripped him because the head of the WBC is a Latino who's an anti-black racist who will feel some type of way because Terrence Crawford destroyed their guy. And then when you look at the WBC, who's on the WBC belt at the top? It's Muhammad Ali and it's Floyd Mayweather. But then they're gonna be anti-black against the person who's the best boxer in the world by, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is the kind of conversations we have to have and look at how these people are given institutional control by Caucasians. They're given these positions at the top of these institutions. And then because they're anti-black, they're on the same page with each other, the European and the Latino, they're on the same page with each other. And so because of that, they'll work together to undermine you. You know what I'm saying? They'll work together to undermine you in every institution. And that's what we need to be talking about as men, not being so offended or this nigga's gay because he's talking about being an adult. Let's talk about like institution. Let's talk about real. And I think that's one of the major issues that we have. Like, I'm 32, right? I done smashed every chick from here to Iran to Japan up and down. But my thing is, why don't we get past that conversation? Like, it's niggas that's like with the whole, like, I'm kind of going off the rails here. So please rein me in if you need to.
Yeah, go ahead.
But like, think about like, right, with the the Kevin Samuels. Remember Kevin Samuels was big?
Yeah.
And Kevin Samuels broke like in terms of reach, like it wasn't just FBAs that he was dealing with. He was dealing with everybody on the planet. We had Chinese chick, all types of shit going. So why can't my thing is like, let's move past these conversations. Like, bro, I'm okay. I keep saying I'm 32, but since I've been self-aware, we've been talking about black businesses. We've been having this same conversation for generations, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? When are we gonna start doing? When are we? And again, I'm speaking to the men. When are we gonna stop?
Yeah.
When are we gonna be a little bit more respectful to each other and work together? You competing over like a dude will hate on you because you pull up in an Audi truck with a bad chick. Instead of saying to you, bro, how did you get that? I like what you have. I don't have it. How did you get it? How can I get it? That should be the mindset. But niggas is, this nigga's a bitch. Man, this nigga ain't from the hood. This nigga driving an Audi, a bitch. And it's just like, yo, why? Like, bro, grow up.
It's like, but it's a mindset, bro, and it's bad. It's like, it ain't even growing up to this part. It's like, it's just a lot of poison minds out here. It's like, it's nothing you could do. You know what I mean? It's nothing you could do. You know, it's either you got morals and respect and you look for the best for people and you done put people in position, or you not. You know what I mean? At this point, like,
yeah, I mean, my thing is, dusty niggas just got to be excommunicated. That because I look at a dusty nigga like a tether. You know what I'm saying? As far as people saying there's no FBAs in boxing, what do y'all talk about? Shakur Stevenson about to fight T.O. the end of next month. So
I can't wait to see that because Shakur Stevens, he's just not as animated to me in the ring.
Okay, you don't know much about boxing, do you, brother?
I mean, I watch it. I'm not but I watch him, and I'm not as.
Did you watch his last fight?
Floyd Mayweather, kind of like Mayweather a little bit.
Okay, did you watch his last fight with Zepeda?
Yeah. I watched that one.
That was a great fight. That was a clinic, bro. Now he's not knocking dudes out left and right, but that's not his style of fighting. You know what I'm saying? But then my thing is, okay, we don't even have to talk about Shakur. Let's talk about Devin Haney. Devin Haney, I think he's undisputed in multiple weight classes, or he's at least unified in several weight classes. We never talk. Everybody was shitting on Devin Haney. Devin Haney just moved up to 147 and beat the top dog at 147 and got the belt.
Yeah. Now listen, FBAs is gonna be the most talented in my opinion for sure. Now they're gonna be the most talented, but I think it took a leap down. Like Floyd Mayweather, think about it. After Crawford just retired. I don't think nobody is gonna be able to touch Crawford. And Crawford, to me, I think is more exciting than Mayweather. What would you say?
100%. But let's again, when you look at Mayweather's career, Mayweather fought more champions. Mayweather fought like better fighters. Like I'm not taking Crawford is the number one fighter on the planet of this generation. He like significantly and unfortunately, Crawford. The issue with Crawford, is that he didn't have the competition. Like he didn't have the people to fight. When he fought Amir Khan had already been knocked out several times. When he fought Sean Porter, Spence had already beat Sean Porter. You know I'm saying he dominated Spence, but he didn't have the and I can say that. I could say, okay, it's much more exciting. Y'all talking about it from a casual's perspective. I'm talking about it from a purist and a fighter's perspective, is that Crawford never had the competition that he was entitled to. You know what I'm saying when you look at the reason that Mayweather is so held up so high is because the competition. You know what I'm saying, and how he did, and even in his first 20 to 25 fights, when he was pretty boy, he was knocking dudes out. So when he fought Arturo Gatti, what are we talking about? Like, what are we saying? You know what I'm saying? So I'm not comparing the two though. I don't compare them. They both are the best of their respective eras, but we have to understand the that's like saying that Marvin Hagler, right? Like that era of boxing, right? Like, okay, bro, I see that you boxed. I actually boxed, brother. I actually currently box. So, I'm gonna say this: the era with the Four Kings, and I know you remember that era with Hagler, with Tommy Hearns, with Hagler, with all them dudes, Wilfredo or Cinch, I think Benitez. Anyway, that era was like it was so much competition, right? Like you fought the best, you had to fight the best. The best was up there, and they all had like you had dudes that you had
right. But look, right now, right? Crawford is gone. You said Devin Haney, and you said Shakur Stevenson.
Devin Haney,
Shakur. Right now, the best guy out right now is Tank. That's the only person that I feel like is worth watching for real. Like it's gonna really bring everybody out, in my opinion. What you
for
think
sure,
about
for
that?
sure, because he's a knockout artist. But the problem is he don't fight the best competition. This nigga, he don't fight everybody, bro. And then when he fought Lamont Roach, the dude basically got countered to death and gave up. He got countered to death in that fight and then just gave up. Like, and the Tank is a diva too. Now, is he exciting? Is he exciting? You know, does he, niggas, it's a lot of dudes like Tank because they think he's cute. Let's keep it a buck. A lot of niggas, oh, he a hood nigga like me. It's that type of shit. What when we're talking about boxing, yeah, we got Jaron Ennis. We have there's that Latino, the Cuban dude who's training with Ennis too. Now, Ennis, the problem with Ennis is that Ennis fights these fucking tomato cans. He don't fight nobody, bro. He don't fight the best competition. My thing is for Tank, if you're gonna be number one, why have you not unified in your division? Why are you just taking these prize fights, but you're not going for belts? Why haven't you become undisputed? If you really about that talent and you really like that. Now, if you're just trying to go to an event and put on your cute outfit and watch Tank fight, sure. But when it comes to real boxing, Devin Haney is that dude in the foreseeable future. I'm just being honest. He got more belts than everybody. He done beat more champions than the rest of these dudes. Just go to BoxRec and look it up. Put Tank up next to Haney.
Who knocked Devin Haney out? Was it Crawford or Crawford?
Devin Haney ain't never been knocked out.
No, right. Crawford knocked out the other dude, not Haney, but the other
Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia cheated and took steroids and beat
and knocked Devin Haney out, right?
He knocked him out. He knocked him down. He got a knockdown.
He knocked him down. Yeah.
But the fight went to unanimous decision.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, after Crawford leaves, you got Tank. Who else is gonna be?
Tank can't. But Tank can't fuck with Crawford. Tank is not on that level. There's nobody on that level.
But that's the next best thing. I'm saying in the boxing industry right now, that's the only sell that I feel like that's a ticket. That's what's gonna sell out. If you have a good fight with Tank. Who else you feel like you're having demand?
You're having two different conversations, Water God. One conversation is about who's the number one pay-per-view seller, and number two is who's the best boxer. So for number one, for that conversation, yes, Tank, yes.
Is
Tank
he
as
not
far
the
as
best boxer too?
Huh?
Right now, after who would you say? You say Devin Haney is better than Tank?
Yes.
Ooh, that's Devin Haney is aiming to take the crown. Tank ain't doing
Devin Haney, bro. When you look at it, let's just look at accomplishment. Just accomplishment. Yeah. Undisputed champion in multiple weight classes, ununified. He beat Lomachenko. Who on Tank's resume is equivalent to Lomachenko or Regis Prograis?
What's the guy who fought
Brian Norman Jr.? Huh?
No, who was the Mexican dude Floyd Mayweather fought?
Oscar De La Hoya?
Not Oscar De La Hoya, the young one, man. Tank ain't fighting. No. Tank ain't fighting him. No, that was old boy. Who did Tank fight? Tank fighted Romeo Rolly.
Yeah, but again, these are not like Rolly is like these guys are not like high caliber fight. Now they're professional boxers, but they not. My thing is Tank be dunking smoke. He should have fought Shakur. He should have been fought Shakur. He should have been fought Devin Haney when Devin was at 135. As a matter of fact, why don't he fight Inoue? Fight Inoue, bro. Yeah. Fight Inoue at 130. Inoue fights at 122 right now. Fight at catchweight 125 or 130. And then we can have the conversation about Tank being the best. Because Inoue's P for P top is number 2, number 3, arguably, right? My thing is, when it comes to legacy and accomplishment in the sport of boxing, there is no current black fighter that's more decorated than Devin Haney. Period.
Dang. Okay.
Period.
He's standing on Devin Haney.
Devin is the truth.
That'll be the best fight, Devin Haney versus Tank. So I agree with you on that. That'll be probably.
Tank ain't trying to fight Devin Haney, bro. Because Devin Haney's already at 147, bro. So once he's fighting, he's about to fight to get for the IBF belt. Once he gets the IBF belt,
he's too heavy. You mean he's too heavy for Tank?
Yeah. So you're gonna see Devin Haney fight Jaron Ennis before you see Devin Haney fight Tank.
Yeah.
that'll be the next super fight. Will be Jaron Ennis, and Devin
I
Haney
agree.
at 154.
It'll be a super fight, but it's not like I can't put it up into what Crawford was doing or what even
But
Tank
Crawford is like a generational talent. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
Crawford could have fought with Sugar Ray Leonard and possibly won them fight. You know, like that's the type of fighter that Crawford was. We just never got to see him.
He got to see, but think about it, when Mike Tyson was in the game and Mike Tyson left out of the game, we had that period where it was a little dry in boxing. You remember that?
Hold up. Even with Mike Tyson, though, a lot of people are gonna be mad when I say this. I love Mike, and we from Brownsville and respect the Brooklyn.
Brownsville, yeah.
but Mike Tyson didn't fight. Listen, he wasn't fighting the best dudes, bro.
Hell no, nobody. Look, they want to run up the bag.
Right,
They gotta
but that's
build
not
up.
true.
They be wanting to build up their bag. They want to build up their purse. So like, if you have a lot of wins, it's like padding stats, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's what they're doing with Jaron Ennis. That nigga got like 40 fights and it's all cans. But my thing is this: you can compare generations because right now they're calling people the four kings. They saying Ryan Garcia, Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo, and these other dudes are the four kings. And I'm like, well, these dudes have nothing on Roberto Duran. They don't have nothing on Marvin. Just pull up, Water God, pull up when you have a chance, pull up Tommy Hearns versus Marvin Hagler. And just watch the first 10 minutes of that fight. You're not going to see nothing like that today. You know what I'm saying? Because it was the best fighting the best. I'm not saying Tyson didn't fight some good fighters, but some good fighters is totally different from the best. That's all I'm saying. And then when he fought Lennox Lewis, he was already washed. You know what I'm saying? Lennox Lewis took his ass apart. Same thing with who did he fight that he bit his ear off? I can't remember dude's name. Mike Tyson bit his ear.
Holyfield. Yeah, but how Mike Tyson was coming, bro, when he first came in, I wouldn't give a damn who he was fighting back then. It didn't matter till he got to a certain age, because I mean, how he was hitting people and knocking them out, I don't think it would have mattered. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I agree. I just have a different perspective because, like, I'm not a casual fan. I'm a true fan of boxing. So,
right.
But yeah, I'm not shitting on Tyson. Like, I think people get too like reactive. You know, I'm not saying that he's a bad fighter. He just didn't fight the best. And then when he did fight the best, jail or not, he started losing. That's all I'm saying. Lennox Lewis.
Yeah.
I could be corrected. I could be wrong because I wasn't even alive back then, so I could be wrong. But
I'm saying, if Tyson would have had the mindset like Mayweather and stay out of jail and all of that, I think he would. I think he could have been undefeated.
Yeah, Tyson had too many emotional problems.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
He had emotional issues upstairs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, them niggas in Brooklyn is dusty. Brownsville is like one of the dustiest places on the planet. So, of course, it's you know, that's to be expected. But as far as today, my only assertion, is that Devin Haney's the number one dude.
Dang, you going out on Devin Haney, huh?
Did you just watch this last fight?
Yeah, he looked nice now. I ain't gonna knock him, but
yeah, but what? What's the but?
I like Ennis, man. I like Ennis. I feel like Ennis is a
he's
I don't
cool.
know. I want to see them.
You like Ennis. You like Ennis because the nigga's a little bit more he's a little bit cooler. He's not a suburban kid. He's not a middle, you know, he's more a little bit more street, Philly. But at the same time, who has Jaron Ennis fought? Who has he fought?
Yeah, he ain't really fought nobody, you know.
Now he looks cool and he's, you know, him but Stephen Colbert, a cool boy, was just in the ring and got beat up by old Shacky Foster.
Yeah.
So that coolness shit only take you so far.
Of course.
Niggas be focused on being cool, but it's like, where are your fundamentals? You know what I'm saying? Like,
he's marketable. Devin Haney, the only problem with Devin Haney is he's so quiet. He not really marketable. He don't talk that you know, he kind of cool, laid back dude. And sometimes in boxing, that kind of personality, it hurts your brain. You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying, but I just think, you know,
it don't matter though. You feel me? Like you box, but that's just where, you know, we used to the Ali's and the Tyson, the shit talkers and the Mayweather. You know what I mean? Like, it's something about that, you know.
Yeah, but I don't think Sugar Ray was a shit talker. Sugar Ray wasn't a shit talker, and he was the number one dude for years. I'm saying,
Right.
and again, yeah, Bill Haney is the promoter. Devin is the fighter. Bill Haney's the talker. Bill Haney be talking that shit.
I know, but I don't think they do a good, like, just like that, what you just said. I feel like that's where they're losing at, is talking that shit. I mean, marketing themselves. It's not really talking trash. It's just a good marketing campaign to promote your boxing brand. You know what I mean? And I just feel like that last fight was good though.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the problem that people have as far as promotion. When it comes to boxing promotion, I'm pretty sure that Bill and Devin are free agents. They're not under because they used to be under Matchroom, which is the white dude, the British dude. I can't remember his name. Eddie Hearns. Eddie Hearns is the guy behind Matchroom. So when you're doing your independent, see, they don't want to have. This is the reason that they had such an issue with Crawford. They were trying to hold Crawford back for the longest time because he went independent. When he left Top Rank, when he was at Top Rank, they didn't want to promote him. Bob Arum was like, it was a waste of money to promote him. Now we know what that's about, right? But then he got on his own and he made that fight with Spence. Why did it take for him? Why did it take for him to fight Spence to blow up? The nigga was already knocking everybody out flawlessly. Kell Brook, Sean Porter, Amir Khan, just off the top of my head. The Canelo fight, bro.
Yeah, Canelo.
Totally outclassed Canelo in every way. Power, punches thrown, you know what I'm saying? Form, defense, all that shit. But the problem with Crawford is that, again, Crawford didn't have the competition to take him to that next level.
No.
Like we see Mayweather, when he fought Sugar Shane Mosley. I know you remember that fight.
Mm-hmm.
Sugar Shane Mosley was kind of giving him the business in the beginning. Now that's really the only fight where you see Mayweather in trouble. So I don't know if you want to get back to the FBA topic. I kind of derailed it.
We kind of went on boxing. Yeah, man. I mean, I wanted to get on this FBA topic, but man, we done went to boxing now, man, and it done went there. So
So they're talking about Devin and Conor Benn will be a stadium fight. But here's the problem. This is what guys don't realize. Because see, here's the problem with the line of thinking that who's gonna sell more? Okay, I hear you about that. But it's a business, right? We want to make money, but at the same time, I respect the legacy of the sport, right? And so when you talk about the legacy of the sport, Conor Benn don't have no fucking belts. Conor Benn's his claim to fame is fighting Chris Eubank. That's the thing. He's fighting Chris Eubank. Chris Eubank is not a belt holder. He's not undisputed. He's not a multiple weight class champion.
Right.
So they're fighting off of legacy. When their fathers fought, they were middleweight champions. This is the same era. The reason that fight was so big is because when their fathers fought, they were fighting around the same time as Marvin Hagler and those dudes in the 80s.
Yeah, I remember Marvin Hagler. Yeah,
them dudes was knocking motherfuckers out, and motherfuckers was dying from getting knocked the fuck out. That's the era. You know what I'm saying? That's the era right there. That's the so I'm saying, if you pull up that time, just pull up. I don't know if you want to do it now, but pull up the best round in boxing with Tommy Hearns and Marvin Hagler. That's the best. Yo, I'm telling you, that's the best. That's the best fight in boxing. Period. Tommy Hearns and Marvin Hagler is the best fight ever in the history of boxing. That right there is like untouched.
They may flag me for this. Let me see. They shouldn't. Let they go at it like that ever again, bro.
That's what I'm saying. And then you could go to, I'm not saying play it now, but I'm just saying like Roberto Duran, right? Roberto Duran started at lightweight. I think he started at 128 or something like that. The dude came up to middleweight to fight Tommy Hearns. So we're not in that era no more. That era is finished. Like these dudes ain't really trying to fight. But that's what I'm saying.
Trying to fight like that, bro. That's
what I'm saying. When they bring up Tank, when people bring up Tank, it's like, bro, Tank don't be trying to fight these dudes though. He doesn't fight the best fighters. Like and then he quit when he fought Roach. He quit. He quit.
Yeah.
The nigga took a knee. He quit. And my thing is like, yo, okay, so run that fight back. Now, why is Lamont Roach fighting Pitbull Cruz? And then after the Pitbull Cruz fight, you talking about now you want to fight Cruz. Bro, you supposed to run that back with Roach off the top.
Right. He
What are
supposed
you
to run
doing?
that back with Roach, bro.
You're supposed to have a, because my thing is, okay, here's how I'm looking at it. Because my pops, you know, he be on his conspiracy. Well, you know what he's trying to do? He's trying to work with this brother. I'm like, listen, y'all supposed to have a trilogy of fights. Give Roach the first one, you win the second one, and then whoever win the third one, that's the dude. And you can raise, that's a crazy bag right there. That's like Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Rock. You know what I'm saying? In the 90s and shit. That's the what's better than that? But instead, he want to go fight Jake. He's a bitch. Tank is a bitch. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I still respect him and how he knocked people out because he's like a lightweight Mike Tyson. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, but again, but my thing is this: who has he fought?
Yeah, he ain't fought nobody.
I'm saying we got to hold the FBA's feet to the fire. You know what I'm saying? This is FBA. These are FBA fighters. They got to be the best. We have to be the best. Like in my career field, in IT, what I'm doing, risk management, I got to be the best. There's no there's no margin for error. You know what I'm saying? With my shit, we have to be the best. It is what it is. So fight the best.
For real.
You know, and as far as I'm concerned, I'm telling this to you and everybody in the rest of the world. Devin Haney's the #1 fighter right now. As far as FBA's, Devin Haney's the #1 FBA fighter. People can say how they feel, how they want, but you know, it's the truth.
And do you feel like Ennis is right behind him?
No, I feel like if Shakur beats Tio, it will be Shakur behind him.
Okay.
Ennis ain't fought nobody. It's more than just tickets. First of all, Ennis ain't really selling tickets like that. I got homies. I lived in Philly for a long time. Ennis ain't really filling out seats in Philly. Let's keep it a beam. Ennis ain't really selling stadiums in Philly. Let's keep it a buck.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I like Haney because the father and dad duo and they FBA. You know what I mean?
Right. Middle class, FBA family, whooping everybody's ass. You know what I'm saying? And for my thing is, again, Haney has multiple world champions on his belt, on his resume. Excuse me. Regis Prograis, Lomachenko, I believe Kambosos. This recent one with Brian Norman. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Philly dudes is cute. Philly dudes
Canelo.
Cool.
Didn't he beat Canelo too?
Who?
Devin Haney? No, he didn't fight Canelo, did he?
Nah, hell no. That's a totally different weight class.
Yeah.
Canelo's super middleweight.
That's
He's like 160 light heavyweight. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Canelo would fold Haney. But it's some brothers that's coming up though. Carmel Morton. He's fighting under Mayweather. And then you have the brother that just won. I think he's from Virginia. Abdullah Mason. I believe he's from either Virginia but he just won a belt at lightweight at 130, I believe.
Okay. Boy,
yeah,
you know, real boxers coming out of Oakland and Detroit too. Okay, I'm gonna be looking for him.
Yeah, Tyson Fury when he fought what's the dude's name? What's the dude that Tyson Fury had the trilogy with, the black dude? What's his name?
Oh yeah, you talking about the big I can't think of his name right now, but I know you're talking about
Cleveland.
Huh?
No, I was saying somebody said, yeah, Mason's from Cleveland. So again, that's another FBA heavy area. You know what I'm saying? Another very respectable family, 5 brothers, the father's in the situation, the mother's in the so you know, Deontay Wilder. When Tyson Fury fought, because he lost the first fight, so when he came back for the second and third fights, he was going to Detroit and to Philly to learn how to fight. That's where he was training at to fight Wilder. So
yeah,
but Wilder, you know, that he's another bum. You know what I'm saying? He's a bum.
Yeah.
And niggas and people's talking about, oh, he needs to fight AJ. AJ will whoop his ass, bro. That's
big facts.
Not, you know,
big facts, bro.
But yeah, man, I just overall, man, we just gotta, you know, I sent you an email. I don't know if you hit me back yet. I haven't had a chance to check the email today.
Yeah, I ain't checking, but I'm gonna look into it, man. You sent me the email about the IT. Let me check that.
Yeah, like I said, I'm trying to get people to, you know, I'm trying to, you know, make a platform, and the reason that I haven't started my platform yet is because I'm trying to figure out if I want to do like IT stuff, or if I want to do the political. I don't want to do both. You know what I'm saying? I want to
Yeah, I
focus
think you need to. I think you need to. If you got something that you know, with the IT, I think it's more. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just more substance you can have with it. I mean, that's just my opinion.
Well, but I think the political thing is important.
It's big too, though. But I'm saying, like, if you got something like with that IT thing, if you could put our brothers on, and you could, like, you know what I mean, you could have something set up that's bringing financial. That's like a financial aspect to what we do.
I'll put it to you like this, right? I got some
Yeah.
family in Niagara Falls, right?
Okay, that's
Niagara
Canada
Falls is
or
good.
New York, right?
That's it's both. It's both. But I'm
Yeah.
talking about New York side. I got some family out there, whatever. I came from Thailand. I went back there, and I'm chilling with them, and I'm looking at these dudes, and I'm like, yo, why don't y'all? Because you can get these different like customer service jobs fully remote. They paying like 18, 19 an hour. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You just gotta have some type of certification, whether it's like CompTIA or something, some type of baseline certification that you can take, you know, to step your fucking game up or whatever. You study, you take the test, you're certified. Because I don't, like me personally, I don't even have I haven't finished my degree. You know what I'm saying? But I have the IT thing. What the great equalizer about IT is that it's not it's an experience-based, role-based system. It's not based on who you know and you got a network. You can just get in off your skill set. If you can have the conversation with the recruiter. And that's the thing too, like with ChatGPT and Gemini, you don't even, if you pay like for premium ChatGPT, it's $20 a month, right? I'm giving free game. It's $20 a month. You can apply ChatGPT to every area of your life to standardize processes and workflows and improve these things, right? So, boom, ChatGPT. Hey, ChatGPT, I want to study for A+, CompTIA A+. That shit will give you the study guides, the information, flesh out the concepts, subnetting, network, all that shit. ChatGPT will do it. You don't even have to take a course. ChatGPT will work with you. Grok, Gemini. So my thing is, as a people, as a collective, we got to get more serious. You know what I'm saying? We got to get way more serious about making money. And because I'm like, I travel the world doing these contracts, and I never see, it's not many people that look like me. The only people that look like me are older dudes, and it's military dudes. The younger dudes is all military. But I'm like, bro, get this contractor bag. Niggas is making 120, 130. Bro, I remember I was living in Qatar. I was living in Qatar.
Yeah.
In Doha, and they're paying for me to live there and come on base and do the job. So,
dang.
So right. So why aren't more of us doing that? I'm saying that's my thing. Why aren't more of us like in all these spaces, right? In all of these spaces where people's having conversations about us, why are we not like organizing to, you know, do the same? Like, why are we not, you know, people like, bro, I don't know if you know, but there's like the government has a lot of programs, like the Five Eyes programs, that has the CIA, all these different programs that they come in on the internet and they troll and they push anti-black propaganda. Now you can't fight back again. You can't, because one of the biggest issues that we have is that we're fighting an information war, right? Yeah. And control of narrative is very important in information. So instead of us saying, hey, let's work to come together to create a platform so that we can even have a social media space that's just for us. You know what I'm saying? And fight these and fight these battles and have conversations and organize and like trying to use YouTube. And I'm not knocking YouTube or nothing because there's bags on here. But I'm just saying, like, we have to organize, bro. We got to organize. You know what I'm saying? Like, together.
Yeah, for real. But look, I like that IT, man. We need to get, because it's a lot of stuff, even with my profession with water treatment, I know that a lot of companies ain't using with IT and ChatGPT, and I'm going to get into that. But I think the best thing you could do is to teach people how to get money, especially our people have that going. And that's what the chat's saying too. Cool. I mean, call dog, like IT. They like, yeah, you know.
Yeah, I already sent my email. Just email me and I'll give you the formula. I'll tell you, like, yo, this is what you want to study. This is what you want to do. Because you can get these positions, man, and be able to speak intelligently, be able to obviously enunciate your words and shit, you know, have the intelligent conversation with the recruiter. Like, it's doable. You know what I'm saying? It's very doable, but I don't understand what cats are like spending their time. I don't
But
don't
that's what we
know
got to
what dudes
be
are
on, because we need not only that, fam. We need people in certain industries. You get what I'm saying? We need to be like game planning to put people in industry so we can get the game. You know what I mean? So it's like that's important. I'm going to email.
That's what I'm saying.
Your
Like,
email. Yeah, for real.
and niggas stop in these positions, you know, because when I do meet brothers, niggas, it's just niggas is weirdos. I don't know if these dudes is undercover tethers. I don't know, but you know, it's just, you know, niggas got to get off the goofy time and, you know, just
get to the business, man. Yeah,
get to the business. You know what I'm saying, and but again, the IT thing, like you work in waste treatment, right? You said in the water treatment, excuse me.
Water treatment. Yeah,
but with the water treatment, you're using HM&E systems, or not HM&E, but using control systems, right? Or like SCADA systems. It's engineering, right? Like that's what I work for. So I work for NAVFAC, which is Naval Facilities. Same thing, right? Like Public Works. I'm doing risk management for a chiller HVAC system. Created by Johnson Controls. Johnson Control. I don't know if you're familiar with Johnson
Controls. Yep, the Johnson
Yeah, so you know, dudes got to get into, like, let's get serious about
into this. Yeah, in every field, like every field it is, we need to be into it. I'm with you.
Yeah, because when I do meet a FBA, like when I was working for another major naval command, NAVSEA or whatever. They do a lot of the HM&E, the whole mechanical and electrical systems for NAVSEA, which is one of the ships I was working on was the LCS, the Littoral Combat Ship, excuse me. And on that ship, the number one engineer for the machinery control system was a brother from Philly, straight FBA dude, programming, leading, all that shit. It's called NPCS. So my thing is, but he's not willing to have a conversation with a dusty nigga, right? You gotta be able to speak intelligent. Like you gotta be at a certain level to have a conversation with him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so we need to be getting together. And I don't know what because I be alone most of the time. I'm a lone wolf, bro. I don't really. I mean, yeah. So, but my thing is with dudes, we got to start being serious about having real conversations about organization. Like, you know, even when I was in these travel groups, I'm having conversations with dudes that's in their 40s and 50s. And we talking about laying up with women and getting pussy. And I'm like, nigga, if you're 40 years old, I'm sure you done had sex more than once. Why are you still talking about getting pussy? What's up with niggas? If niggas is 50 years old, talking about pussy. I don't understand that shit.
You know, like Antoine Daniels, they was lame in high school and shit. Now once they done, you feel me?
Yeah, and that's my, you know, my thing is, who cares about what a bitch think? Another nigga got to think. I don't care what nobody think, bro, because I'm living life how I choose to live life. At the end of the day, I have agency, you know. So I don't know, man. I think that you know, me and you gonna work. I want to work.
Bro, we're gonna keep pushing, man. We're gonna put that email. I got your email too. So I'm like, I just want to learn more, man, and definitely be able to, because I know it's probably something that you got that it'll help me with what I already got that I'm doing. But
because I mean, if you're in water treatment, I mean, shit, that's a respectable career.
Yes, it's a respectable industry, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like,
so you know, roll up one of them swishes, man. I don't know if you roll backwards or swishes, but roll one of them up and throw on ChatGPT, man. And
for real. I mean, I was on ChatGPT all today, man, breaking down that stuff, and it's just crazy that I see it. And now, because I like to use a real person sometimes, like with title in my videos. I don't like to use, a brother was telling me to use ChatGPT for all that, but sometimes I like to be able to connect with the people with a real, you know.
Yeah,
I feel like I can connect with them more than the ChatGPT would. But
your titles be on point. It is right to the point. You know, Republican talks about interracial dating. You know, that's what's gonna get people. You know, that's just gonna get the engagement. You know,
right. But I used it for some things like to get information, and I put it in there, and it's like, you gotta be on ChatGPT right now, man. Yeah. That's like, it's like workflow. Your workflow would be crazy smooth,
right? I mean, because there's so much shit that you don't have to think about.
Yeah,
you know, with ChatGPT, like organizing, like I even told, like, because I'm in where I'm at, I feel like I'm disconnected from FBAs, right? So I'm like, all right, I got to get back, and then I got to organize our people. I have to put work in. I got to put feet to pavement, and Like ChatGPT literally created a whole. This is where you need to move. This is where you need to live. This is the income you need to be at. This is what you need to do. That all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So that I can operate, set new goals, get to that, and then I can organize it and get on the ground and help our. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, there's no moving forward to stay relevant. You got to have some type of AI in your workflow on a daily basis. Period. You know what I'm saying?
You got to.
That's just what it is.
Yeah.
The DoD, they just implemented AI across the entire workforce. Like on every computer that you log on to, that's core, adjacent to the DoD. They got AI on that motherfucker. They got an AI platform on there, and that makes my job easier.
Yeah, that's dope though. That they putting it in there. That's what we got to start getting into. We need infrastructure for FBA, and we got to have a database where we got certain careers we already got, like, how you could break into it, what you gonna do, what you need to do. We got to sit down and have these conversations, but I'm ready for it, man. I'm all for that. Anything that got to do with growth and bringing people together is that's what I'm about.
Yeah, we just need like three or four dude, man, like a council, a round table,
like a board of I get what you said.
Like I was even saying that, like, with, not to pivot the conversation, but like look at like hip hop, right? Like, how does hip hop not have a council of elders? Like, how do you not? Because remember, I don't know if you remember when the mumble rap shit first popped off in like 2015, right? When niggas was mumble rapping, and Lil Yachty and these dudes, Uzi and all these flexible dudes, they came out. Right, water treatment is necessary for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you remember when the mumble rappers first came out, and there was this whole beef with them and the older artists? It was like this manufactured beef between them and the older generation of artists. That type of shit don't happen if you have a council. Like the East Coast, West Coast beef in the 90s. That type of shit don't happen if you have a council and everybody come to the table and listen, man, you gotta pay, like, the like with the Italians and shit, with the commission in the 50s. You got New York, you got New Jersey, you got Vegas, you got this. They come to a consensus as to what the rules and the parameters they're gonna you know what I'm saying? That's why, even though they are garbage, they're criminals, they have great PR because they operate according to a certain standard and parameter, right? They have agreed upon rules and procedures. The problem with us is that we have honor, we have integrity, but we don't have a codified rule system. You know what I'm saying? And then we don't have a reward mechanism and a punishment mechanism. You know what I'm saying? Like, so maybe I'm getting too deep for that, but
no, bro. I mean, I love deep dives. But definitely I'm ready to do some work, man. I like that you already got something you good at. I know the brothers in the chat, they got something that you can do that. I just want to get and have that database and that we moving as a unit. That's what's gonna make me feel more fulfilled, bro. Knowing that we really out here moving and striding to do things.
Right. Yeah, I got something in the works. I'm trying to get my little, because I still got to go. I'm right here by Japan. Like, Japan is like an hour trip, so I got to still get my trick on. You know what I'm saying? I still got to go there and do.
What's up, man? You around the women over there that got the black woman with the blonde hair, right? Ain't that's right, Bagwan?
Black woman with blonde hair. Oh, like the Micronesians and the
yeah,
the
isn't that by Australia? Because you kind of like by Australia, right?
No.
Okay,
no. I don't think I'm closer to Asia. I'm closer to Japan, Korea, East Asia.
Got you. You closer to East Asia. Yeah. So Australia is like, it's like right. It ain't, because that town, I don't know. Have you ever been there where the black people got blonde hair in
I've never been to Melanesia.
Okay, yeah, Melanesia. Yeah, it's like right on the outside of, I see where you at in Guam. It's like right on the outside. So yeah, it probably is a little far because you in the middle.
Yeah, the problem with these places is that the dudes is real territorial about these women out here. So
For real.
these dudes is yeah, man. These dudes is real. They on that. So
yeah, they don't want you messing taking their women.
but but it's natural, right? They like all you got to do is have a mouthpiece, have some experience, and have a conversation. That's all it takes. A bitch will fall in love with you off of conversations, but these dudes don't. They game goofy. So
yeah. But I'm gonna tell you one thing. Anytime you out of town and you go to anytime I went to another town that I wasn't from, it's more attraction you gonna get from the women because it's like you're different. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you out there, man, living it right now. They looking at you like a piece of chicken.
And two, a lot of these women are trying to get off the island. They're trying to get off the island
and go back. Yeah, go somewhere. Right.
Yeah, they trying to get to the mainland, and I'm like, well, shit, I'm trying to get here. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to go back over there, but they look at you. Women are a lot more intelligent than men. I think on average, they're a little bit more crafty, and they play the long game. Dudes, niggas is real. Niggas don't think. Men don't think. So,
shout out to Call Dog for real. If we fight for our blackness like we do our gangs and politicians and holidays, we'll be unstoppable. Man, we finna get there though, for real, bro, because we got 1.7 trillion in spending power. We got policies we could be pushing. It's really no excuse, bro. We really tripping. You know what I mean? That we ain't getting together and making these impact moves for real. But man, y'all know how we do, bro. Another good one, man. We gonna be chopping it up. This is what we do. This is what we do. I ain't gonna drop again until Wednesday, though, man. I ain't going on tomorrow. I got, business, but Wednesday I'm gonna try to put together something good for us.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, I got your email, bro. Call Dog, bro. I'm gonna put your email for Call Dog in that private. No. Call Dog, put your email in the private chat so Corey can get it, man. We can all link. Or matter of fact, we could just do it in the Discord group if y'all.
Yeah, do it in the Discord. Yeah,
because that'll be much.
Yeah, he said I'm making some Heinz Wars.
He making some what?
Some Heinz Wars, dude. I think that's a Blasian dude or like a Polynesian Blasian dude.
Oh, okay.
Salute, respect.
That's that football player, ain't it?
Yeah, we need to, but salute. Again, I appreciate you letting me come up here and babble for a little bit.
Yeah, always, man. I appreciate you just spilling out that game. Everybody who coming in, everybody who came in and tapped in, man, it's always good to have dialogue with your people. So
Facts.
I appreciate y'all for real. But
yes, sir.
We're going to be back in it on Wednesday, and we're going to keep, man, trying to speak on safer places to give out these coded messages. We don't want to put our game plan on Front Street. So.
Oh, by the way, this, see right here what you got, Nicki Minaj switches sides and the left gets picked.
Yeah. Dang, Corey, your jump went out. Dang, Corey, you went out real quick. That's all good. She put love listening to you guys. I feel inspired. For real, man, K. I appreciate that, bro, because we need it. We need it right now, man. I closed the tab on accident a while ago. Yeah, man, you could have, bro. It's all good. But I get what you were saying, the title, man. It's organic. It came straight from me. It didn't come from a damn Chat GPT. So, but yeah, for real. I appreciate that, man. Carla, leave that cave cat alone and find a fifth female. Brother boy Corey out there living it up, man. For real though. Y'all hit that like, man. For real, man. Hit that like for us, man. We trying to spread positivity. But man, look. We're going to be focusing on getting wealth, man. We got to be self-preservation is key, and we need to come together and see what we could do with so we can help more people, because I'm definitely trying to do that. The more my business can make, the more people I can help and people I can put on. So I understand that, but ain't nothing like getting money with your people. So we're going to definitely be having talks about that. Yeah, he said it was good. So yeah, man, y'all hit that like button, man. I appreciate, bro. I love y'all so much, man. We're gonna chop it up on Wednesday. I'm gonna be dropping some videos, some cancel videos out for tomorrow, but we're gonna go live on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, man, and keep it pushing. Money makes the world go round. Yes, I'm in the market for a politician. Yeah, man, I got some things I want to do with politics too, but I ain't trying to have us invest in all that money. How Corey had, I don't want us running out of money, so I want to look at all the strategies. Extra lovely, I appreciate you. You always be holding it down. I appreciate you so much. So, Tutneys, Corey, Call Dog, shout out to Big 5'9", man. OG holding us down, Big Yorty. But yeah, man, I appreciate all y'all, bro. We're gonna be back. Y'all check out the videos I got for tomorrow, man. I'm gonna be doing some cancellations and delineation. Y'all look out for that. But man, peace, love, and we're gonna chop it up on Wednesday, and we're gonna discuss health, wealth, and a better understanding of wealth, better understanding of self. Let's get it. I see y'all on the next one.